Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox lost their third straight game last night, 2-1 in Toronto in the opener of a four-game series. Sonny Gray allowed only 2 runs in 6 innings, but that included a homer by third baseman Charles McAdoo, and the Sox stranded the tying run on third base to end the game. Their only run came in the 7th inning when a one-out fly ball by Ceddanne Rafaela turned into a double play to end the inning, but thanks to a bizarre ruling that stopped the game for 15 minutes, Anthony Siegler, the runner at third, was still allowed to cross the plate. Patrick Sandoval will start against the Blue Jays tonight, and he'll have a brand new catcher. Adley Rutschman worked out in front of the team yesterday. He's good to go. He'll be activated before tonight's game. Also, Wilyer Abreu yesterday voted the American League's Player of the Week. Patriots got Carlton Davis back on the field yesterday at training camp. Will Campbell also a full participant. Christian Barmore among the missing. Today, the team will hold a joint practice behind Gillette Stadium with Indianapolis. The practice starts at 10:15 and is open to the public. The two teams play an exhibition game against each other on Thursday night. The NBA will announce its regular season schedule at 3 p.m. Thursday. Its Christmas Day games will be announced this morning. And the Massachusetts State Little League champions from Bridgewater beat Richmond, Vermont yesterday 11-1. They are through to the New England Regional title game on Thursday night. They win that one, they go to the Little League World Series. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. To the backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the slot.
The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
and Hardy
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
on 98.5.
Anchorman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides,
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy
We're the best friends it can be, my buddy and me.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Hey! Hello, Alcohol. Nice to talk to you.
Guess what?
What?
I'm a robot.
You're crazy. Hey, everybody. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube to get involved and watch the show live. And get up at 6:01 and complain.
Very, very healthy way to start your day.
Yeah. It's I wouldn't suggest it if it was someone that I loved. I'd strongly suggest they don't do that, but I don't if that's what how you want to live your life, God bless you. Big show on the way today. I saw something online that the Los Angeles Raiders, when they give you your season tickets, they send it in this this year in this like poker chip case, and there's Raiders poker chips, and then the cards, the tickets come in these. It's just cool. It's like in this box, and it's cool, and there's hard tickets, like there's cards and poker chips, whatever, but then the tickets are underneath those. So, you get a package delivered to your house. You open it up. There's a Raiders box with the poker chips in it. It's like metal box. You open it up. There's this like cool stuff in it, relatively cool. And I bet you that helps. If you have something tangible to hold on to, that helps, because the only time I've ever had real season tickets, like full season tickets, was in Atlanta. The Thrashers, when I did morning radio, just gave me season tickets for a couple years. They just said, here, no one will go to our games, here's season tickets. and they didn't even come in anything cool. They just came in a book with the year's worth of tickets in them, and that was great. There is something about like getting season tickets that's way nicer when there's a tangible element to it. Now, I have to find it incredibly hard to believe that printing out tickets is in any way something that moves the balance sheet for a professional sports franchise, just printing out paper.
So even with that presentation, Fred, all right, they got 65,000 seats. Quick look here, about 20% of those are season tickets, right? Mm-hmm. So it's called a third. Let's say every season ticket holder has 2 tickets. All right. Mm-hmm. So you got to print out. You have to send packages to, and this is way too many. There's 10,000 people, right? And it's going to cost you $100 each, right? Mm-hmm. That is chump change for an NFL team, right? You got to hand out a $100 bill essentially to 10,000 people.
Yeah, the evaluation of an average NFL franchise is like $6 billion.
Yeah.
So
you spend that kind of money, and then I agree with you. That is something that call it a return on investment, something tangible that you can look at and say, wow, this is cool. This is something that is going to inspire me to keep my season tickets, even if it's so much better than an email, which is literally what you would probably get if they didn't present you with something physical or tangible. Like, here's your code for your season tickets. Download the app. Make sure you have your tickets on your app.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's got to be a way that you could still send tickets via digitally, but you still get the hard tickets if you want them.
I just want that poker chip case. That'd be cool.
I honestly, if that came in the mail, if like the Bruins sent me season tickets and it came in anything,
yes,
that was like a box set that like a band would release.
Yeah,
be a nice touch.
It would be incentivize getting them in a way, because then also you can look and go, ooh, especially for like hockey or basketball, you can look and go like, ooh, let's look through all the days, and then you like flip through it and you see all the tickets. It's actually way cooler than just some digital idea that you're going to a game. Like the tangible thing, don't underestimate it. If I am another team and I see that, and even if it can help me sell 100 more season tickets,
right?
I've already made my money back. Just the idea that someone would be a rich guy would be at another rich guy's house and you would go, oh, that's cool. You'd be like, yeah, this is what the Raiders send you for season tickets. And the guy goes, how much were they? And he's like, $5,000. And the guy's like, oh, or $10,000. And the guy's like, oh, wow, okay.
Right.
And then he just gets online on his phone and order season tickets. There you go.
But you just did the math. If it were $1 million they had to spend, but you get to sell 100 more season ticket packages at $10,000 each, there you go. You just made your money back, and everybody loves it. As opposed to, well, they still have a few people, from what I understand, who go down to the Gillette Stadium box office and demand hard tickets for their season tickets.
Do they really?
Yeah, up until a couple of years ago, and I think finally they cut everybody off and said, no, we're not doing it anymore. Get an iPhone. There was one season ticket holder in particular.
Oh. Mark.
Is that, well, yeah, and he was.
Isn't it about the time Phil should show up?
It wasn't a Gen Zer who refused to get a smartphone. It was Paulie in the truck with his flip phone, who couldn't get his tickets.
So you would drive to the box office and demand his season tickets in paper form?
Yes.
So they just print them out there?
I don't know what they did. There was a former neighbor of mine who was the box office manager, Zone Noser, and it was a thing every year. It was circled on the calendar. Paulie's showing up for his tickets day.
I can't imagine he was in good spirit either.
Tough to tell.
Yeah, like he shows up and they don't probably know how to do it because who the hell's showing up to get their tickets printed out?
Yeah.
But I mean, you said $1 million too. I mean, there's no way I don't think it's $1 million to produce that. I mean, it's cheap. It's not like
it's a small, relatively speaking, a very small, regardless of what the price. Say it's $1 million.
And Fred, I'm factoring in everything. I'm factoring in the the customization of the poker case and the shipping and all that stuff. I play the tape to the end. Okay.
All right.
I considered everything.
Okay. I think that might be high. That's all. But even if it was $1 million, that's
for an NFL franchise. Who cares?
Well, I mean, it could help you. It could help you in the future.
Yeah.
And then what if they start getting sold online, and then that becomes like a news story? That's well worth $1 million just for the one national news story that gets a little bit of juice. Well, I mean, me seeing it and talking about it on Boston radio.
Exactly.
That just is worth the price probably there.
There's so many
that if I saw it, that means a bunch of other people saw it. It's cool.
There's so many different ways you can take it, too, like include a limited edition playing card for the kid, whatever. I mean, there are a lot of different ways you can do this with presentation. It doesn't take a rocket scientist.
Well, how much do you think a bobblehead costs to produce? And they have a bobblehead night at stadiums where they give out 20,000 bobbleheads.
$20,000. I mean, how much really does it take to make a bobblehead?
Well, how much more does it take to make a poker case?
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
it's expensive.
If you have nights where there's, and I understand those things can be sponsored and stuff, but if you have nights where you're giving away something,
yeah,
you're already doing it. I don't know. It seemed, I guess it's to kind of control. I would assume it's to control the secondary market, and that you get the fee off all the transactions because there's no hard tickets. And you can't just make a cash transaction for hard tickets. That's got to be what the thing is. It's not the price of sending out the hard tickets. It's controlling the secondary market and getting a percentage of any of that money. I get that. And, they all have their own secondary sites now. And Ticketmaster, you can buy them off there even though you're out of your mind. Because in all my experience, Ticketmaster's secondary prices are way worse than StubHub's or Ace Tickets. I don't even look anymore. But hopefully the Red Sox start losing a little bit now. Keep losing because tickets to Sunday's game were a little insane.
It's trending in that direction.
Yeah, you got to get a little back down to sea level.
I stop me if I'm wrong, but I see some aggression towards the mean. I see some. The talent was. Well, we'll get into it, but the talent was not nearly as good as the record would indicate over the previous 5 weeks.
Yeah, for the sake of everyone, look, they're going to make the playoffs. You gotta calm down a little bit with the winning. Get everyone nice and lukewarm about the team again. So if you want to get in there, it doesn't cost you a couple $100.
That's right.
The wild swings in prices, I don't care for. And there were empty seats there on Sunday, but tickets, people weren't budging. It is funny to look at StubHub and just see that like someone with like okay seats is asking like $300 a ticket. You're just like, you're never going to sell these. You're just never going to sell them. You do realize that the whole stadium is shown, and that no one's going to get tricked into buying these tickets. Like you can see that there are tickets in way better areas for way less. Like I'm not budging off 300. That's what I feel they're worth. Well, they're not. Like you're just not going to sell them.
It's worth what you can get for them.
Yeah, but what if they sell every other ticket in the stadium and then someone's there? No, that's not going to happen.
Man, yeah, you're the lucky guy with seats in section 5, way towards the right field corner.
And they also they tell you when you list them like what you should list them at, and you can kind of play around with that number, but I wouldn't double it.
Yeah,
they want you to sell the tickets. They would like to get the percentage that they get. They would like that, but you're just hog wild not doing it. I mean, if you get season tickets to the Red Sox, I'd rather get something than nothing. If I'm selling 40 pairs of tickets a year, I'd much rather get a little bit of money back than get nothing at all. Like when I had those Bruins season tickets, half season tickets. They didn't. They came. Yeah, they did come. I had solid season tickets. The Bruins tickets did come in that.
Yes.
And
for a long time they did. I had friends of mine that had season tickets too.
And I mean, I couldn't give them away. Literally couldn't give them away. I had a sign up on the door of the studio at the BCN. Who wants tickets? No one wanted them. They were right next to the Bruins bench too.
That was
directly next to them.
That was the Dave Lewis team, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a reason why that was blank.
Well,
Yes.
Somebody was desperate for friends. And you start giving away candy to everybody too.
Because they wouldn't get in the van for candy.
Wow.
I had to get trust first by giving them tickets, and then they would allow people in the van.
Smart.
You know, I tried puppies. I tried everything. And puppies are, they're fun for a little while, but they have to go to the bathroom and they have to eat. It was cost prohibitive. There's a lifestyle thing with these dogs.
I'm looking at what the Raiders have done in the past. This is definitely the best one. And there's a branding creative team that was tasked by, according to Raiders.com, Mark Davis, who years ago said, you got to come up with something good.
Give me something really hot.
So,
give me Wallach's mom's bra.
The inaugural season, the tickets came in a box with an LED display of Allegiant Stadium.
They came in a box.
They've also used a treasure chest.
Yes, that's what I thought they were still doing.
Light up jersey numbers of Raiders Hall of Famers. And last season, a replica of a book with a page on each great Raiders quarterback. To me, the idea that you actually have something that, and I just looked at the box too, Fred. The Raiders season ticket poker chip box actually has poker chips in it and Raiders playing cards.
Yeah.
And like all this stuff. It's cool.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I said that they give you cards and chips. It's not. I mean, even if it's not even what it is so much as that it's something a little kitschy, special. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I want. An effort. Just make an effort for me. I mean, if you got baseball season tickets, they should come in like a Rolex box. And the amount of money you're spending for those things.
Oof. Have you ever had season tickets to anything, Wallach?
No.
Me neither.
I have not.
I mean, college, basketball.
Of course.
Football.
Michigan State, yeah.
Right.
Well, getting the tickets for free is a lot more fun than paying for them. Because when the tickets are free, you're not so concerned about selling them. That's a lot more fun. When you get the tickets and you got to pay for them.
And there was the added responsibility when you were in the Spartan Spirit section. If you were not going to attend the game at the Jack Breslin Student Event Center, you had to get someone to take your place and wear the T-shirt. You had to actually make sure the seat was filled with somebody who was going to wear the shirt.
Or they would get rid of your tickets.
I don't know if they had any way of tracking it, but that was the agreement.
How many games would you go to?
Oh, I probably went to 10.
Did you ever paint your face
No.
green? No?
No.
Because when I would go up to Michigan State for football games, which I only did 2 or 3 times, every time it got to be 10 in the morning and people would come by and they'd go let's go. And I'd be like, oh, no, there's no way I'm going to this game.
The 2 years I lived in the dorms, we probably went to, 10 basketball games each season. I think I can count on one hand the number of football games I attended because the same thing. It's like you go, you tailgate, and then you get just to the point where I just really want to nap or do something else.
Yeah, or you go out on Friday night till 4 in the morning and then someone gets you up at 10 or 9:30 to go tailgate and you're like, I don't want to go.
And the team was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not a good team.
No.
They had that 1 year in the 80s.
Yeah.
With Percy Snow. When they
I think it was the year before I got there.
Yeah, did you start in 88?
I started in the fall of 89.
Okay. Maybe it might have been 2 years before you got there, but yes.
Yeah.
Lorenzo White and Percy Snow. That was the team. Because I was in middle school. when they were in the Rose Bowl.
I can't
I
even
remember that.
I can't even remember who the quarterback was. I know the running back was Blake Ezor.
Oh, yeah, the white guy from Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake Ezor. I know who Blake Ezor is. I think I've met Blake Ezor before. All right, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he coached high school football, as a matter of fact. But I don't remember. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Speaking of that, I got to go see what my former classmate from Avondale High School is doing this year, Johnny Morton, who was the Lions offensive coordinator for about 15 minutes last season.
Yeah, that didn't. And I kept thinking he was Morton, the kid that played wide receiver for the Lions.
No.
I know he wasn't. It wasn't because the one guy's black and the other guy's white. But
he's still on the staff.
Oh, that's embarrassing. He just got demoted.
Well, they took away play calling duties from him very early on.
Yes. Campbell decided he was going to do that himself. All right. Well, look, we'll be back. We will get into everything that happened last night in just a moment.
The Sports Hub.
Did you catch the game last night?
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night's brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, a wild one out in Toronto.
That's right. Red Sox trying to avoid a third straight loss last night. This game never really got away from them. As a matter of fact, it was the fifth inning before Toronto would get on the board.
Fly well struck right field. Abreu taking off, turning around. It is gone. Charles McAdoo, the third baseman, makes it 1-0 Toronto. A shot to right.
All right.
Way to go, Sonny Gray.
So going into this game, the Blue Jays had played 11-inning and 12-inning games. Their bullpen was completely blown out.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is the Blue Jays starting pitcher gets injured. He has forearm discomfort. I listened to this game a little bit on Blue Jays radio.
Oh.
To get some insight on the opponent.
Well done.
Thank you.
Jamison Tyon, the starter. Yes.
Right. And so they called a kid up from AAA, not a kid, but they called a guy up from AAA, this Woods Richardson, and he was going to stay. Usually, this guy's coming in the game. He comes in the fifth inning and with a 0-0 game. So usually when you come into a game and you're called from AAA, you're either down by a ton or up by a ton.
Mm-hmm.
But he comes in, and they're like, you're just going to have to throw – you're going to have to throw like 40 to 60 pitches. Like, I don't care what you do. Like, you're out there.
The Red Sox just did this to some poor kid over the weekend. Had to throw 3 innings in back-to-back games over the weekend.
Right. Yeah. And so if there was ever – now, Woods Richardson to give up a run, and I'm sure we'll get to it, a weird one.
Yes.
But if there was ever a game to strike on the Toronto Blue Jays in a low-scoring affair – this would be the game.
Seems like the opportunity was ripe. You just go ahead and get out there and
you have Sonny Gray, your best pitcher, going against a guy who gets hurt in the fourth inning in a team with lacking any bullpen depth for the day, and you then can only eke out one contested run in that game.
Well, the Blue Jays would score again. It was 2-0 in the seventh inning. Runners at the corners, 1 out for the Red Sox.
Top of the seventh.
Yep. Cedar Rafaela at the plate. Here we go.
Swinging at a high pop into center field. And getting underneath that to make the play is Bateman. And he throws into second base, and the Red Sox forgot how many outs there were, and that winds up a double play and a base running mistake.
Now, the scoreboard showed 2 outs when Rafaela was at the plate. I believe when the ball was in the air, the scoreboard was corrected.
Well, there was some confusion. There was the play before. Sogard hit a bullet at Vlad Guerrero Jr. with a runner on first base. Guerrero Jr. trapped it. It took a short hop into his glove. He threw to second to get the force. However, the scoreboard and everyone else thought he caught it on the fly. So that's why they thought there were 2 outs instead of 1. However, the guy who hit the ball, Sogard, was standing on first base, clearly indicating it was not a line drive. So that's where the confusion started to begin with. They thought it was a double play. It was a force play instead. And so there you go.
Only 1 out.
Only 1 out, not 2.
Everybody's running around the bases. Both runners.
Wow.
The scoreboard had 2 outs.
Scoreboard did have 2 out.
But you
can't use that as an excuse.
No, you have to know.
And that is the end of the inning as the Red Sox embarrassingly run themselves into a double play. It is 2-0 Toronto.
I'm glad you played that because it's Lou Merloni not knowing what's going on, which is understandable because no one knew what was going on. Lou Merloni's tone changed very quickly, and he became quite an expert on what was going on.
We had a 15-minute delay after that play to decide what was going on. And I remember I was watching it.
I was watching it as well.
Lou became a little bit of an expert during those 15 minutes, but it happened gradually until about 10 minutes in. He definitively knew what was going on.
And I would have respected it a lot more if he was like, look, man, I didn't know what was going on. It took the league 15 minutes to figure it out. So it's a complicated thing. No one knew what was going on. I mean, 15 minutes to go to Major League Baseball where they have the rules, I would imagine, right in front of them.
I got to call my manager.
Yeah, and
that's what it was.
I would have had a lot more respect for it if he was like, look, I'm being told this is what's going on, but he wouldn't do that. It was like feigning knowledge of the situation, which was it was like if I was a high school teacher and I knew a kid like kind of lucked into an answer. I'd be a little skeptical about everything.
When you see that replay of the ball going up in the air to center field, the scoreboard says 2 outs. As the ball is coming down, it gets switched to 1 in almost real time. You can see that scoreboard up there. You're going to see 0-0, 2 outs, and then it's going to flip right now to 1 out. So, these guys thought it was the 3rd out.
Wow,
of the
home cooking. That never happens at lower levels. That they never get the scoreboard wrong.
Yeah.
You should always go by the scoreboard in everything. That's the dumbest excuse I've ever heard. These guys have all played high school, college, travel. The scoreboard's never right.
If you
got to know what's going on. You got professional base coaches out there.
Constantly, like just showing each other how many outs.
Yeah, you're on first and third. You're right next to a first base coach and his third base coach.
It gets even worse. Siegler, the runner at third, said after the game, his third base coach, Chad Epperson, told him there was 1 out.
Okay.
And then the ball went up, and he looked at the scoreboard, saw 2, and ran anyway.
So what's also funny about that, besides Merloni, is that Siegler during the 15 minutes, first of all, he's almost Baba Booey-esque with his teeth. Big capped teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not even capped, maybe just unfortunate. And he's like having the time of his life, and he's like, they're all laughing and playing around. First ball hit in the bottom of the inning to Siegler, he whiffs on it.
Yeah.
He was feeling himself about the mistake being rewarded, and then fate stepped in and said, not so fast. Here's a ball hit right to you that you're not going to be able to handle.
It's almost as if he's a utility infielder that is being forced to play more than he normally is. It's almost as if he is suddenly realized where he is and what the situation is during the season. This is where we're kind of at the tipping point here. We're right at the edge of the cliff. Things like this don't happen to good teams, and we saw a bunch of this at the beginning of the season. Anthony Siegler is not an everyday player, and for 5 weeks, like everyone else on this roster, played way over his head. But now he's making errors. We saw Nick Sogard, who's a utility infielder, played second base and first base within the last week, was your starting shortstop last night. He doesn't have the arm to play shortstop, but he's out there because that's what this roster is.
You want to know another mistake, too, is on the bunt that Toronto fouled off, a pitch up and in that he squared the bunt, and he just the bat accidentally hits the ball. Wong reaches out to make this like circus catch, and then he hurts himself, but the runner advances to second because he should have just let the ball fall.
Yep.
And look, I'm not going to fault the guy for instinctually going and making a great catch, but that's how he injured himself, is that he caught a ball he should have just let fall at that point.
And then you have forgetting how many outs there were in an inning. Remember, we went over this in May and in early June. They did that twice a week when they were bad. And by the way, that second run that Toronto scored, Abreu's relay on a single to right was more than in time, but Wong dropped the ball before he was able to tag the runner, and that wound up being a huge play in this game. These are the small things the Red Sox are doing poorly, routinely during the early part of the season. It's kind of crept back in here over the last week, and now it's costing them. They're not scoring with runners. They had runners in scoring position in 4 different innings and didn't score them.
That is really interesting, though, Fred, because the Connor Wong catch, of course, is making it out of the highlight reels today. And as you said, as it should, he made a catch. But in that instance, do you want the out and are you okay with the runner advancing? Or would you rather have the runner stay at first and not get the guarantee?
Well, no, he's bunting. He's bunting to move the runner and sacrifice himself. You sacrifice bunting, so by letting the runner move,
right,
you're giving them what they wanted. But again, like, I'm not asking him to, make that decision in real time. I'm sure he thinks that if he catches it, he can get on his knees and throw to second. He's got plenty of time, and then he ends up getting hurt. It's just that, in retrospect, if you look back, you should have let that ball fall. I'm not saying that that's a mistake or that's something that's, Connor Wong made a terrible play. He made a great play. But, a lot was being made of that circus catch, and then you're like, well, yeah, but it was a sacrifice bunt that ended up being a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah.
So, you made a great play, but they did what they wanted. They moved the runner to second.
Yeah. When the umpire finally explained everything last night, all questions were answered.
Let's see what they do here. Guccione.
Yeah, Guccione. Yeah, you had that rag penthouse. You were afraid to show everything.
Let's see what they do here. Guccione.
All right, after calling New York, getting it all straightened
call
out.
New York and find out how to bankrupt an casino.
The run is going to score. Into the inning. 2 runs for Toronto, 1 run for Boston.
Bizarre. That's as strange as it gets.
Apparently, because they threw to first to double the runner off, and the runner at third crossed home plate before they did it. That's why the run counted.
Right.
Yes.
In any other scenario, if it doesn't matter when the runner crosses home on the third out of an inning, but in this scenario, it's a timing play. And if they would have gone to third, that would have meant the runner at third was out. Mm-hmm. And since that he crossed home almost by accident before the ball went to first base.
It was just trotting home, and the defense was abandoning the field, and there was talk of, did they all make it across the third baseline?
Yeah.
Well,
suffice it to say, I didn't know the rule. Neither did the league. Neither did the umps. And Lou Merlone did 10 minutes. And I think Lou's good at his job. I do think that the team's success has got him a little confused on how to gauge his temperature. Like, there's been a lot of recent success that I think's got everyone a little too hyped up. Yeah, everyone got to bring it down a little bit.
Be careful. This is one of those situations where they played out of their minds. Everyone on the roster played out of their minds for about 35 games, which is impressive as hell. But we've seen, and you saw it even when they were winning, regression back towards the mean, what the total talent pool of this roster is over these last 3 games. They're not hitting. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. The bullpen, which has been so good all year long, was human over the weekend against the Athletics. I mean, be very, very careful here, because not only have they lost 3 in a row, they are facing one of the best pitchers on the planet tonight. When they were rolling, Dylan Cease shut them out on a 1-hitter at Fenway a couple of weeks ago. He pitches against them tonight.
Yeah, and the offense is probably the most concerning thing. You essentially got shut out last night, and you had the opportunity, as we documented, to score runs last night, and Chad Tracy's team did not.
We struggled. I mean, it wasn't for a lack of chances. I actually thought we did a pretty decent job in some cases of getting ourselves into good counts. We got some hittable balls and good counts, and we just didn't square up today.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
So, Sox trying to avoid the sweep. We got a 3-game set tonight.
4-game set.
4 games.
But the good news is Adley Rutschman is going to be activated today and should be your catcher tonight.
Yep. And
now, when you say earlier in your update, John, that Rutschman worked out in front of the team, did they all stand around and watch him, or did you mean ahead of the team in a separate workout?
No, I think everyone watched him take batting practice and throw a little bit. He caught Patrick Sandoval in the bullpen, which is a sure giveaway that he's going to catch Sandoval tonight. So, yes. Hey, nice. That was good, Adley. Nice hit. Yeah. Everyone's staying, you put the forearms on the cage and that kind of thing. I think that's what happened yesterday afternoon.
That's nice.
Just a little scouting. See if there's any hitches in his swing and if that wrist holds up. Yeah. Can he throw to all bases? Oh, check. We're good.
Yeah, they needed to get all eyes on him. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. We are Toucher and Hardy. Have you ever heard of a guy named Reggie Bannister? An actor named Reggie Bannister?
No.
Well, Adam 12 has a very emotional post because Reggie Bannister has died. So you go, oh, who's Reggie Bannister? He's playing guitar in the clip that Adam has up. Reggie Bannister was the ice cream man from the Phantasm series.
Yeah, I'm looking at his filmography right now, and I am going to...
This sent Adam for a loop. That the guy from the Phantasm series, everyone living will die. And he was 80. And so, which is a pretty decent run.
I watch a lot of movies. He was in a lot of movies. I've never seen one of them.
Yeah, he was in the Phantasm series. He played Reggie, the heroic ice cream man.
Well, he was also in the movie Carnies.
Yeah, he's the hardest working man in horror is what they called him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that to Adam is worthy of a tribute post to Reggie Bannister. I take it Reggie Bannister is someone that people like Adam claim to enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a rite of passage for the fun sock crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, it's someone they insist upon. It does say that he worked with Andy Griffith, though. So now I'm starting to think.
Oh.
Well, you don't know who he is, though. So if he worked with Andy Griffith.
Where was the intersection of those two?
What's 6 degrees of Reggie Bannister? I don't know.
Well, he played an ice cream man with an acoustic guitar, so I'd imagine they crossed each other at some point. That seems like a very Mayberry-esque kind of situation.
Some of the titles here.
Well, he was like in a bunch of bad horror movies, it seems like.
The Mangler.
Yeah, but Adam couldn't wait to get on Instagram and R.I.P. this guy, give a tribute to him.
Oh, and the sequel, The Mangler Reborn.
Yeah, like you didn't care. What do you care that he died? All the people that died yesterday, you pick him. He's the one that you care about. Wow. Reggie Bannister. Awful. I wonder if he has any Phantasm socks that he can put on. Benjamin, go ahead.
Ready, baby.
Hello, Benjamin. Good to hear from you.
Good morning. Shout out YouTube and Twitch Nation. We all love you. And none of us knew that Nicholas, young sickly Nicholas, had a relative that was an umpire in Canada. With that explanation afterwards, he struggled a bit. But
he did trip over himself.
Yes.
Yeah, Wallach, you're laughing a little bit here too much at this Reggie Bannister passing at 80. You're getting close to your date, pal. I mean, you're 97, isn't it?
Are you
98 years old?
Are you wishing me dead, Benjamin?
Never. I would never do that. But I was a little hurt that you would laugh at somebody else's pain and sorrow. You got a family, Wallach. You got a family.
Better him than me. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I guess you're right.
Wallach will live for a long time because he is his heart, while very small and beats very fast. It does have the gift of flight, Benjamin. So you'll have to remember that when he is not going anywhere anytime soon. But John is not that far from 80. No.
Let's see. John is closer to. Let's see. I'm going to say you are closer to 100 than you are to 30. Is that right?
No, that is not right. That's not right at all.
No, by a couple of years.
90. Are you closer to 90
now
than you are to 30?
Now I have to start doing math.
Yes.
Not quite. It's close, though. It's close.
Is it a year?
No, it's like 3 or 4, but it's close.
Yeah, and there's 90s by no way guaranteed.
I'm closer to 80 than I am to 30.
That's not so.
Yeah, but that's not.
That's not
that.
About a lot of people.
Yeah.
Let's check in with LaShawn McCoy on the Speakeasy podcast.
Oh, good. I love Speakeasy podcast.
I'm closer to 80 or what did you just do? What was the
80 to 30
You're closer to 70 than you are to 30.
The 30, right? Yeah.
I may be closer to 80 than I am to 30. Yeah, by like a few months.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Right. We're all going to die sooner than later, baby.
So
it's just a nice sleep.
Who's the greatest wide receiver of all time, Fred?
Greatest wide receiver of all time, Jerry Rice.
Oh. Are you sure it's not Antonio Brown?
Jerry Rice or Antonio Brown? I'm taking Antonio Brown.
Keep going.
I don't care.
Thank you guys for watching the Speakeasy.
Boys out the mud. We got LaShawn
Everyone's got a podcast.
Right.
Let's
Tell it.
all get on microphones.
Tell it.
Let's all get on microphones and yell.
right.
Watching the Speakeasy.
Boys out the mud. We got LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, all those things. Boys out the mud.
Yeah.
Everything is that they're saying.
Bro,
I'm not gonna get distracted.
y'all can't. All right, that's one. Two is y'all acting like. What am I saying wrong? What can Jerry Rice do that AD can't do?
Jerry Rice got three Super Bowls? He
Bump
got
the Super Bowl.
22,000 yards.
Bump the Super Bowl.
He's got.
All right, well, they're swearing.
Yeah,
so
we can't be
play
doing that. Yeah.
I think he said bump.
No.
No.
I think he said the F word.
I agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't play it.
Hey, Nick, go back and check that. He was
bump the Super Bowls?
Bunt the Super Bowls.
Bunt
the Super Bowls?
B-U-T. Butt.
We're not going to play it anymore anyway. But LaShawn McCoy trying to make the case for Antonio Brown over Jerry Rice in a Hall of Fame
that might be
discussion.
worth Nicholas getting fired. Hello. Well done, Nicholas. Oof.
Oh, he didn't like that.
No.
He didn't care.
That's
for that
on.
joke.
You're wearing that one, baby.
He didn't care
boy.
for that joke. I saw this online too, but everybody talking over each other. It's like you can't even understand what they're saying, and I can't understand why anyone would reasonably try and make a case for Antonio Brown
To go viral?
over anybody. Well, I mean,
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy has seen one too many Cam Newton videos. You know, Cam Newton says a bunch of stuff, some of it sticks, and all of a sudden he's on ESPN.
He doesn't have a job anymore.
Well, no, but LaShawn McCoy has forgotten that part.
His hats fell out of favor very quickly.
So, yeah,
you can only go buy a hat for so long.
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy is Cam Newton without the hats. That's what it is.
Even though I did on TV live see Antonio Brown take off his uniform and start high-fiving the fans and walk off the field in the middle of a game.
That was Tampa, right?
Tampa it was Tampa.
Tampa in New York.
Yes, it was in New York. They were playing the Jets.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was in New York, yes. So I can't remember what team he was on, but I did see it live, and he took off his uniform, and it was great because I figured it out before the announcers, because how the hell are they going to know? You know, they're listening to statisticians and everything, but I was like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I was by myself, as, per usual, and I was like, oh, my goodness. Antonio Brown has gone insane.
Yeah.
So you have to imagine how exciting that was to see live.
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while, something happens in sports where everybody is able to call it ahead of time. Matt Patricia is offensive coordinator of the Patriots. That is going to be an abject failure. Antonio Brown. Now, this wasn't everybody, because I remember some people very excited that, Tom Brady was going to have a weapon here. But I think the majority of people said, oh, this is going to end badly. And it lasted 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes. Antonio Brown comes in. He's gone after, what did he play, one game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, one.
Yeah, Brady really wanted him. Really wanted him.
Well, he, housed him.
But if I remember right, finally the Tampa Bay coach, whose name escapes me now, benched him. And Antonio Brown didn't like that very much, so he left.
I don't recall it. Yeah, it was the little fat guy with the hat. But I
with the
like the painter,
scally cap.
Yeah, the scally cap.
Scally cap guy.
But I don't know. He might have benched him, but it wasn't anything like. There wasn't like a big dramatic scene. It was almost like he just. And by the way, he walked down the field too, the middle of the field. So it wasn't like he left the sideline and.
See, my memory is they benched him. He pouted, left the sideline, and then circling towards the tunnel had to go behind the end zone and started taking.
My recollection is he was just walking down the field without a uniform on, like walking in the middle of the field.
Oh, okay.
Like during a play. Like not like in the middle of the play, but behind the play.
So I'm looking at it now. He goes through the end zone. He absolutely goes
but they're playing
on the field to play. Yeah,
and they're playing. The ball is on the field, and the teams are on the field. He's on the field at the other end of the field, running around with his shirt off.
There's 3 minutes left in the third.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of time.
All right.
Yeah. So no, he didn't just like sulk off the sideline. No, he took his shirt off and his pads off and started running around the field while the game was going on.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, I was watching that thing. Oh, and he threw a ball in the stand. I didn't remember that.
No, he threw his
his uniforms in the stand.
His undershirt into the stand and took his gloves off.
Yeah. Bit of a breakdown. All right. So, well, I don't know when in the middle of that you're going like, wow, I made a mistake. This has gotten way out of hand. He's doing jumping jacks in the end zone. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox have now followed up their 5-week run of success with 3 straight losses. They came up short in Toronto last night, 2-1. The Blue Jays got a homer from third baseman Charles McAdoo, but the story of this game was in the 7th inning. Red Sox had runners on first and third with 1 out. Ceddanne Rafaela flew out into a double play because both runners thought there were 2 outs, but the umpire stopped the game, and after 15 minutes of discussion, finally decided the runner on third was still allowed to score thanks to a strange rule. This 4-game series continues tonight. Newly acquired catcher Adley Rutschman should be in uniform. He's expected to play after working out yesterday. William Abreu yesterday voted the American League's Player of the Week. Patriots went through another training camp practice yesterday. Carlton Davis back out there on the field. Will Campbell a full participant. Christian Barmore not there. Today the team will hold a joint practice behind Gillette Stadium with Indianapolis. The practice starts at 10:15. It's open to the public. Patriots will honor newly minted Hall of Famer Adam Vinatieri during their Week 5 home game against Las Vegas. The NBA will announce its regular season schedule Thursday afternoon. And the Massachusetts State Little League champions from Bridgewater beat Richmond, Vermont yesterday 11-1. They're through to the New England Regional title game Thursday night. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by East Coast Metal Roofing. Right now, during their Beat the Summer promotion, Sports Hub listeners get 10% off the cost of a new roof. Call East Coast Metal Roofing and never replace your roof again. 844-611-ECMR or eastcoastmetalroofing.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Coaching the game, or it's just that is. I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston talk sports here.
What do we got? What do we got?
The Sports Hub. When it comes to the show, Hardy thinks the same way you do.
Nothing happened.
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
All right, we are a show by name Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. You know, yesterday you were there. I was seeing if I had enough vacation time for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then not only did I, but I had what turns out to be 2 more days that have not been accounted for. And now, you know, we're in August, and I got to figure out these 2 days, which is a real task, because last year the same thing happened. I didn't find out far enough in advance, and then it got to be December, and I was taking loser days off, like days with no purpose, just days to take days because the man gave them to me. And now I got to think ahead. Is there any suggestions?
In terms of what you should do with the days off that you're going to take, you could, well, here's a suggestion, Fred. You could leave days in the bank and just not take the days off.
The day I do that is the day the man takes his noose off around my neck. This tie, this shirt and tie I've been wearing for, 20, 30 years.
I don't understand.
The man, he's got me under his corporate clutch.
Yeah.
He's looking to get me at every turn. I got to get back at him. I got to take everything he can give me. Anything that the man gives you, you got to take.
Well, that doesn't. No, you don't have to. I think that's the exact opposite.
Any little bit of grace.
Take your days and shove them. How about that, man?
That doesn't. No, that's not the message of Take This Job and Shove It, the movie. Take This Job and Shove It, the movie was
Johnny
the
Paycheck
antithesis
in the movie?
Probably, if he wasn't dead from drugs. Johnny Paycheck, a bit of a life that he had. But I do need, if anyone has suggestions, I could put the 2 days in a row and therefore get a middle of the week off or pair them with a weekend and have 4 days.
How about Grey Wolf Lodge?
Oh, yeah. A lot of Toucher and Hardy fans there.
Yeah, I just go there by myself or with another adult and really creep everyone out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go there over COVID, but it had been shut down.
Canopy Lake.
I've never been to Canopy Lake. That's a 4-day affair.
Storyland.
I know I have been to Storyland, and I have
Santa's Village.
I have survived the polar coaster, and I went on that polar coaster. I didn't care. I didn't. Now I held on. I didn't put my hands in the air like a lunatic.
Did you touch the big cold thing outside of the polar coaster?
It was not really cold.
Oh, well, it must not have been working because that thing was. It was so cold it was hot.
Did they make it cold for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know how they do it. Magic. It's the magic of Storyland.
Well, they probably just keep putting ice in there over and over and over again.
Yeah, there's something. It's like a big metal thing.
They probably just keep shoving in ice, or keep snow from the winter.
I have to change one of my days off because my daughter yesterday, does she lie? Perhaps. Not about important things, but about things like actually reserving her move-in date to go back to school. And then, I requested that she do, because it was such a joy moving her in last year, and I'm not being sarcastic. When you have the helpers at UMass Amherst, like you pull in, there's a crowd of people that surround your car. Beaton probably was one of those move-in helpers.
I was, yeah.
Yeah. They surround your car with the carts. They start unloading stuff. They ask kids, like, can we start taking stuff? I'm like, unload away, young feller. And they had the truck unpacked and gone in 5 minutes.
Whoa.
And they said, okay, you go park somewhere else and then walk back over here. And I did. And by the time I went and parked and walked back over, everything was in the room. And Mommy and Katie were already putting stuff away.
I like that you call your wife Mommy.
Well,
that's a lot of fun.
And yeah, like Ronald Reagan. That's how I referred to Nancy.
Yeah.
Until the day they both died in each other's arms, as I remember it.
And he was doing great mentally at that point.
Yeah.
So, first of all, Mommy, always refer to your wife as Mommy. The woman that you seemingly penetrate.
Yes.
Call her Mommy. And then
while penetrating her.
Well, listen, if you cry.
Oh, Mommy.
And then take nitrous.
You like that, Mommy?
Just take nitrous and go around with a white makeup on. And
Beat and clip that. We're going to use that in the next Open.
He's like Blue Velvet.
Mom.
Yeah. If there's ever another murder in Canton, look no further than the guy calling his wife Mommy.
What's more troubling, Mommy or Mom?
Because I don't even call my own mom Mommy. Maybe Mommy? Maybe Mom, because you probably don't call your mom Mommy.
Take that, Mom.
No, maybe Mommy.
You like that, Mom?
Because if you were referring to your mom and you said, my mommy, I would be like, what the hell's wrong with you? Let alone if you want to know the truth, calling your mom Mommy might be worse than calling your wife Mommy.
I only used it in the context of Katie. Who
I understand why you use it. I just wanted to call it out for your own benefit.
And let me say this: I would prefer that both of my children stopped referring to their mother as Mommy.
Oh, your son calls your mom Mommy.
Where's Mommy? But it's like he's got this real deep voice now, and he's totally unaffected and too cool for school with everything else. But he still says Mommy.
She probably has ingrained that in them. She probably wants to be called Mommy. That's where the blame lies. It's not with your children. It's with her.
Yeah.
She's infantilizing them, or whatever the term is.
Yeah.
She's keeping them very, very young. But it seems to me very impersonal that they would take your stuff out and just start was Katie okay with like strange kids at the school like taking her stuff and like looking at it and everything?
Probably not.
Yeah, I would think that would be not the way that I'd want to move in to a room I've never been in with someone I've never lived with.
Creepo Beatons, getting his dirty little
grubby little fingers on.
Yeah, like Lord knows what was missing after that. You come into Beaton's room and he's wearing your underwear and standing in the mirror with his balls tucked.
Dirty little Peter beaters all over clothes and cosmetics and whatnot.
Yeah. He's got your lipstick on and he's posing in the mirror and making kissy faces.
But you have to reserve, specifically, I want the move-in helpers. So when she had already done it, but she went on yesterday to reserve something else, and she called me in a panic as she was on her way to the beach.
Of course.
Yeah. being driven by somebody else. She wasn't doing it while driving, and said, "Oh no, the only day I could get it is for the third, not the second." I'm like, well, I already took the second off, so now I guess I got to take the third off. Okay. All right.
Dan, go ahead.
Hey, saying "Hey, Mom" is supposed to be how you get rid of an erection, and it works every time. So,
Okay.
Hardy, I'm a little worried.
All right, so you're saying "Hey, Mom" is how you would get rid of an erection, and Hardy just referred to his wife as Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to switch to Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say their mom. There's no other way to refer to her.
Yeah.
In that situation is their mom. But you said Katie and Mommy.
But I'm also going to try both during coitus to see if it can help prolong the act.
Well, is that an issue after all these years?
It is.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's not an issue. Just get on some SSRI.
Crush me, Mommy.
That will
crush me with those perfect feet.
That will take care of that.
Crush me, please, Mommy.
Now, you know what? I'm going to ask you for a quick edit of that. I want you to take out the "me" at the end of it. Oh, crush me, Mom. Crush me with those perfect feet. Oh, please, Mom. Can you do that?
Yeah,
Nick?
when we come back with Bill. Well, you know what? At 7:50, we'll see how those things sound if it takes that long.
All right. Do you want to do this Roland thing?
Sure. Let's do this. It's Beaton has gotten together some sort of list. It is some sort of anniversary.
3 days ago, it was 808 Day. The Roland TR-808, famous drum machine used by pretty much everybody over the years. By the way, if you want to go buy one now, it's going to cost you about $5,000-$6,000, and it's going to be all beat to crap. But the Roland TR-808 drum machine music maker used by everybody.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, the 808 kick drum makes the girlies get dumb.
So if I just go ahead and give you a beat from a song, and there are hundreds, thousands that use the 808,
Mhm.
do you think you could identify it from a less than 1 second clip?
Nothing sounds quite like the 808. Now this is not the themes to sitcoms, for which it only took me a split second.
You aced all that. That was
less
easy
than
for
a
you.
second. I
Yeah.
could do.
Yeah, so
I don't have the same confidence with this.
I'll give you a layup for the first one.
Paul Revere.
Horsey named Paul Revere. Just me and my horsey in a quart of beer.
Very good, Fred.
It didn't even get to the beat, but okay.
That's good.
Well, that's went through these with Beaton. I'm like, less. How about this one?
This speech is it's tricky.
Well done. Actually, that was one I actually got.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't need.
You should chirp up next time, Bird Boy. Because
well,
Fred
he's
gets all the credit. It's
quicker on the draw.
It's 2-0.
I'm part of this. All right,
if
good.
this is about being quick.
All right.
Don't worry about me.
You're faster.
Oh, I'm the fastest, baby.
Yep.
I don't think you'll get this one.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's either Planet Rock or it's the Egyptian Lover.
Africa Bambata.
Yeah.
Wow, both of you.
Old, I'm old, I'm super old, and are having fun being old.
Turns out Africa Bambata, not a good guy.
No. He was a big anti-violence guy, but it came with a cost.
How about this one?
My posse's on Broadway.
My posse's on Broadway.
Ta-da!
My friend.
My posse's on Broadway.
My friend went to Seattle when he was a kid with his brother, and they did the thing that Sir Mix-a-Lot did. They did they went to Dick's with the cool hangout, and the Swats like to play, and the rich flout clout. And he said that day, it's like a 40-mile loop. He said Sir Mix-a-Lot was like going to like Worcester and back.
Oh,
yeah, this was not a quick little trip. Sir Mix-a-Lot had that Mercedes limo going.
All right. More recent.
I got it. Way You Move, Outcast.
But I know y'all wanted that 808. Can you feel that BASS bass?
I wouldn't have gotten that.
That's
It's too
very
new.
good, John. Very
It's
good.
too new.
Very good, John.
Too new. What year is that song?
Like probably 98.
That's at least 20 years old.
Yeah, it's too new. It's unfair.
2003.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's too new. Who knows anything from this century? Play it again.
I have a guess.
Go ahead.
Missy Elliott.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, too new.
This was one of those anthem rock songs for a while. Rock.
I don't know. Too new. Is that from the 2000s?
2005.
Yeah, come on. What are we talking about here?
Now, this is a special case, though. It does not officially use the Roland TR-808 drum machine. Its sounds are inspired by the device.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's posery.
Yeah, that's why you didn't get it.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what?
It's also from the 2000s.
I'll take John's point away and give it to you.
Thank you.
Oh, meanie.
Thank you.
All tied up.
Okay.
If it's not from the 80s, it's going to be very difficult for me. I don't know.
John?
No idea. Don't know that one.
Oh. Something called Love Lockdown by Yee.
Again, too new.
That's like last decade.
Yeah, I don't care for this at all.
All right.
I mean, you're just playing. He's doing it deliberately now, so we won't get it right.
That's not true.
No idea.
Lil Wayne, let the beat build.
I am legend and I will Smith. Now that's how you let the beat build, bitch.
Unfamiliar.
That's a good song.
Okay.
Unfamiliar.
You should both get this one.
No.
No.
We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Of course.
Started from the bottom, now my old.
This is like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't know how more I can explain it. If it's not from the 80s, I'm not going to get
come
it.
on, that's Drake. Started from the bottom. Even I knew that one.
Okay.
I don't listen to Drake, ever.
All right. You want to go back?
Yeah.
How far you want to go back? Way back. As we go, a little something like this. Huh?
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. It's Public Enemy.
Bum Rush the show.
John Wallach just took the lead.
Oh, boy.
I wouldn't. If you hadn't said Public Enemy, I wouldn't have gotten
It's
it.
the album that I listened to once.
Yeah.
All right, one more. Speed round.
Oh, pressure's on, Freddie T.
You're both going to get this. You ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
LL Cool J, Rock the Bells.
Rock the Bells. Too much modern music. It's
That was
when
good, Beaton.
When I was a kid, I remember everything.
Yeah.
Starting about 93, the wheels fall off a little bit.
Yeah.
My knowledge is gets very, very poor at that point. 93 is about the cutoff point. And, I mean, how often do you listen to music that was produced after 2000 on your own? On your own time. After 2000. Not like, so this, you eliminate the entire 90s. What percentage of the music you listen to was recorded in the last century?
On my own time, I would say 25% of the time.
Is the 2000s on?
Yeah, in the last 26 years. Yes.
Yeah, I see. I would
Less.
say less for me.
Less.
I'd say like 5%, 10%, not even 5%. I
Yeah.
would say,
Like
because
they-
a lot of the music I listened to wasn't even made when I was alive.
That's the thing. Like my son listens to Drake,
Jazz.
but I wouldn't have gotten it. I never listened to it.
Yeah,
Never listened
I
to
mean, my
Drake.
daughter listens to music in the car, but I don't pay any attention, and
Yeah.
I don't. And it's kind of like Drake, but I don't like Drake. Drake's like my age too.
Yeah.
Drake's not much younger than I am, and I took Kendrick Lamar's side in that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I knew which side to be on. I knew the side of the winner. The winner is Kendrick Lamar, who I saw perform live. He took over the stadium, all 5'2" of them. It was a whole spectacle. His intricate rhymes went well with the 60,000 people in attendance.
Oh, yeah. The live rap is always really, really good.
Yeah, very often not, even if you love the group. All right. Yeah, it was tricky, the whole contest. All right, so we'll be back in one moment. Bill Koch will be joining us to talk about your Boston Red Sox.
all straightened out. The run is going to score. Into the inning, 2 runs for Toronto, 1 run for
15-minute delay, a timing rule put into place to allow that run. Bill Koch from the Providence Journal knew all about it immediately. Did you know that rule immediately, Bill?
I did not. I'll confess that I did not. You learn something every day on this job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they didn't know. It seemed like Lou Merlone started to think he knew as the information was being fed to him. But nonetheless, it was a game last night with a depleted Blue Jays bullpen, and they were unable to take advantage of that. They've lost 3 games in a row to 2 subpar teams.
They're making base running mistakes, the fielding mistakes. They forget how many outs there are. Is this, I don't mean to jump in here, Fred, but is this a team that is regressing towards the mean talent-wise, or a good team that's going through a bad patch?
Struggling to score runs for sure. Ran into 2 decent starters with the Vagabond Athletics. And then last night, couldn't score in the 9th inning after a leadoff double by Jarren Duran. That's disappointing. Certainly, they had a chance. They've had trouble with the Blue Jays. They're 3-7 this year against Toronto for whatever reason. They just have not played well against them.
All right. So what is Adley Rutschman? He starts tonight I guess he's starting tonight. What is he going to bring to the team, and how excited are you about this?
Yeah, this is the critical piece from the trade deadline, obviously. Made a huge move for Adley Rutschman. His first 3 years in big leagues, he was an elite offensive catcher. His bat has sort of tailed off here in the last couple seasons, but this is a former number 1 overall draft pick. He's a very good defensive catcher, one of the best in the league in terms of controlling the running game and receiving pitchers. I think he's a guy who gives you a big upgrade at that position, and somebody who, was a real signal of intent that they were going for it and trying to help the big league roster this year.
Do you think that whatever offense he provides is going to be able to make a difference? Maybe not right away, but just in terms of what he does specifically and what it might do to kind of help the people around him?
Yeah, even Rutschman struggling would have been an improvement from Narvaez or Gasper or Wong at times. And then on the other side of the ball, he really gives you a lift in terms of being a veteran and the way he can work with the staff. I think generally players know players and players know talent. And I think the guys in that clubhouse, when they made that deal, would have realized that they were bringing in a serious upgrade. And so I think, when you're in a clubhouse and you're on a roster, I think you respond to that. I think you appreciate the fact that the front office will back you in a playoff race. And, I think just naturally he'll give them a lift that way.
Who is this team's shortstop a month from now?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think at this point they're banking on Trevor Story. And I don't necessarily know if that's an answer that a lot of folks will like, and I don't know if that's necessarily an answer that I'd be comfortable with either.
What would concern you more as you go into the postseason? And again, no guarantees that they're there, but would it be, as we kind of already pointed out, this feeling like maybe the offense is slipping back to early season levels? Would you have concerns about the closer? Would you have concerns about defensive plays slipping again? What would be the thing that would pop up that you think is most likely to pop up and would be the biggest detriment?
Yeah, I think over 162 games, they're just not going to be an elite offensive team. I think we need to accept that, even though they've been excellent recently. I just don't know if they have the bats there to really compete with the top of the sport. The thing that would concern me is starting pitching if for some reason it regressed. The other night in the 13-inning game, Ranger Suarez didn't look good. Is Sonny Gray going to continue this all the way through at 36 years old. Are Tolley and Bennett going to hit the wall with innings restrictions here in the deepest water they've been in their young careers? If that regresses, that's been the thing that's given them a chance to win all the way through, is starting pitching. And if for some reason that were to take a step back here over the last 50 games or so, that would leave them without a path to victory most nights.
How do you handle the young pitching as they get into these innings waters, when they get in, you don't want to blow these arms out? Like, how do you handle it if you're the Red Sox?
You sort of already seen with Tolley, they've tried to keep him short in his recent outings. Even the other night when he was completely dominant, only went 6 innings in that game. Certainly could have gone out for a 7th and probably would have if it was April or May. But I think that, they're pretty cognizant of the fact that they want him in September and potentially in October. So you're sort of seeing that already with him and with Bennett. I also think that, if for some reason you can get any of these guys back from Worcester, like a Tanner Houck, maybe an extra bullpen arm, at some point, you might be able to steal an inning or two here down the stretch while those guys are out there.
Bill, I'm wondering how good you think this team is, and I'm not sure how you quantify this, but we've seen this team be god-awful in April and May, and we've seen this team be otherworldly for the 5 weeks leading up to this past weekend. Where is the truth for this team?
Somewhere in the middle, I would think. The old Bill Parcells line, you always go back to it, but you are what your record says you are. They're in 3rd place in the American League East. They're a wild card team. So that says to me that, yes, they are flawed, but in a poor American League, it's good enough for them to contend and should be good enough to get them into the playoffs. When they match up with someone like the Yankees or potentially the Rays in a short series, then we'll see. But I ultimately think that they're good enough to reach October. I think they've shown enough to get there. It's just a matter of finishing it here down the stretch.
Who's the best team in the American League?
I'm still going to go with the Yankees. I know the Rays are hot, and I understand that they're very good at what they do in the regular season. But I think if the Yankees get Judge back and they get Stanton back, and at some point they're able to line up their starting pitching, I just think that star power is too much. And when you get postseason baseball in the Bronx, I think it's a real factor, much more so than playing home games at Tropicana Field.
What is Jarren Duran's status? What would you do if you were the Red Sox with him? Would you keep playing him every day, or would you try to pivot here?
Well, when they traded for Eli White, I thought it was interesting because that sort of offered another platoon bat that could take away plate appearances from Duran against left-handed pitching. White's a veteran guy who obviously was in Atlanta and, is not an everyday player, but is somebody who could potentially take some time. We've talked about this before. I'm sort of surprised that Duran is still here. I thought they might have moved him, if not 2 off seasons ago, certainly last off season. And right now he's got a 614 OPS. He's really struggling at the plate, particularly against lefties. But ultimately with Roman Anthony hurt and Maroon in Fort Myers, I don't necessarily know if they have a better, more consistent everyday option in left field.
Now, Duran had potentially a big hit in the 9th inning last night and was stranded on third, but this is something I didn't realize until this morning. He was 0 for 14 lifetime against the Toronto starting pitcher last night.
Yes.
And they still put him in there, hitting 7th, playing the outfield. I don't understand what the fascination is. Well, we say this every day. I don't understand why he's still in there. But if you're 0 for 14, I don't care if you have to replace him with a right-handed bat. I mean, any manager looks 5 seconds at these charts and say, why would we play him? I get that, occasionally he comes up with a big hit, but like you said, Bill, his OPS is under 700. He's hitting 200, and they still run him out there every day. And getting Eli White should be the left fielder. I don't understand any of this.
and he might be at some point. I don't necessarily think that this lineup is set in stone. If they were to play a game for the season tomorrow, I don't necessarily know if you'd see Durant out there. I think tonight you're going to get a reminder of what his value used to be when you see Dylan Cease. One of the rumors out there a couple of years ago when Durant was the All-Star Game MVP and really, really good in 2024 was that the Padres were interested in Durant and they were offering Dylan Cease. The Red Sox declined because they thought Durant was, scratching the surface of superstar potential. Now, whether or not that rumor is true, I don't know, but that was certainly the scuttlebutt at one point and certainly suggested his value at that point. And 2 years later, we're having a much different conversation.
Should he have caught that ball on Sunday?
He didn't take a great route to it. I pulled that display off Baseball Savant, which does, catch probabilities and analyzes player performance in game. Obviously did not, give himself the best chance to make that play. Now, you go to Garrett Whitlock, and he said after the game he probably should have thrown a different pitch. You would have liked to have seen something down in the zone so that maybe if the ball was put in play, it was on the ground. You give Jonah Heim a lot of credit for reaching out and ultimately spoiling a pitch on 0-2, getting it in play. But Durant is a good enough outfielder. He has shown enough in recent years defensively to think that he probably most times puts that ball in his back pocket.
Yeah. I was there, Bill. I saw it. And I agree.
He was at the game.
I was at the game.
He wants credit for going to a baseball game.
I paid my own way in, Bill, like a normal person.
Impressive.
Thank you.
There you go. Good
Thank
for you.
Man. I took the train
did the
and everything.
same. I did the same the other night for the 13-inning game. I went with my brother and his family, and it's quite a night at the ballpark, to say the least.
You stayed for all 13 innings?
We did. The little guys, they're 6 and 4, and they made it all the way through.
Oh, wow. Those kids are going to be like Supreme Court justices if they were able to sit through that.
Wow.
I mean, the attention span on those kids, my goodness. Well, Bill, just liquidate the retirement savings because those kids will take care of you for the rest of your life. I'll tell you.
I won't say they watched every pitch, but they certainly watched the 13th inning, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Well, listen. Congratulations, Bill, for having great genetics. Bill Koch from the Providence Journal. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we appreciate it. There you go, Bill Koch. And every day we'll talk about Jarren Durant.
Until they come to their senses, yeah.
Until something good happens, I suppose. We'll be back in just a moment. And honestly, if something good happens, will we discuss it? Most likely not. Because that's no fun. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. shoes on because we might. It is interesting because Hardy was talking about moving his daughter into University of Massachusetts Amherst last year, and he said kids came out to the car to like help, and Ryan was. And he goes, Ryan, you did that, didn't you? And Ryan goes, yeah, I did. And Ryan's very slight of build.
It's like 5'7", 110 pounds. I'm 5'4".
No, he's
taller than 5'4". That's George territory.
No, you don't have to exaggerate it. He's literally 5'8".
Yeah.
And what'd you say you weighed? 150?
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that.
No, it's less. It's less.
You weigh 140?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Do you weigh less than 140?
No.
Do you weigh 140?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Huh? Close enough.
Oh, that's a nice round number.
All right, well, we'll figure that out, too.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared to get nude because I can't have you weighing yourself down. I can't have you weighing yourself down.
Ankle weights on.
Yes, you cannot do that. But there was some conversation. Hardy was talking about that moving, and he said, he said his daughter. He goes like my daughter and mommy, and we're like
Katie and mommy.
Katie and mommy, and I'm like, you just referred to your wife as mommy, which is a whole Freudian thing that's getting very complicated in his mind. And then Ryan played the clip of James Stewart saying, "Mommy, crush me." And Hardy floated the idea, is it worse to call someone you're having sex with mommy or mom?
Well, let's see.
Crush me, mommy. Crush me with those perfect feet. Oh, crush me, please, mommy.
Okay, so that is him saying mommy.
Mm-hmm.
And here is, what is this?
Crush me, mom. Crush me with those perfect feet. Oh, crush me, please, mom.
Play the first one.
Crush me, mommy. Crush me with those perfect feet. Oh, crush me, please, mommy. Crush me, mom. Crush me with those perfect feet. Oh, crush me, please, mom.
Maybe mom
I think
sounds worse.
Mom is more disturbing, for sure.
Yeah, maybe, because it does sound like, because mommy sounds almost theatrical.
Oh, mommy.
Yeah.
You like that, mommy?
What was that?
That was me a little while ago.
That was the last break we just
trying it out. It's like,
oh, you were trying it out. Okay.
Yeah. Instead of just referring to Marcy as mommy when the kids are involved, maybe I'd start doing it myself, Ronald Reagan style.
That's right.
But I think I'm going with mom. You like that, mom? How about that, mom?
And then your phone, Siri calls your mom. Hello? Hey, mom. I'm doing mom.
You like that, mommy?
There you go.
Crush me, mom.
Frank, go ahead.
Hey, boys. Good morning. First-time caller.
Thank you.
Freddie, I had a quick observation for you about the last guest on the show, Bill Koch from the Providence Journal. And I turned the interview on halfway through, and I thought you were talking to Mr. Skin. He's like an audio dead ringer for Mr. Skin.
Ooh. So when I saw that you called and what the subject line was, I could not agree more. He sounded Bill Koch, and I'm like, did I talk to this guy like years and years and years ago? Because I get all the guests all mixed up unless they come in the studio. Like they, I don't even know what Bill Koch looks like. Like I've only talked to him solely, communicated with him on the air. You've heard all my communications with him have been on the air. And so I get everyone mixed up, and I was going, but he sounds exactly like Mr. Skin. Exactly like Mr. Skin. Yes, that is what it is. And now I don't know if we can ever have Bill Koch on again, because I will be thinking of asking him about nudes from Hard Bodies, who actually was nudity. Which, by the way, Hard Bodies, very disappointing as a kid. Because Hard Bodies, the very poster of it is girls in bikinis. You figure that you're sitting there waiting when you're a kid watching cable, waiting for some kind of outrageous sex scene, and they are never to come. The Hard Bodies tries too hard to be a real movie, which, by the way, those were released in theaters too. You have to remember that. Like Ski School and Hard Bodies, Like conceivably, those were at
Hot
one
Dog
point.
the movie?
Hot Dog the movie. Those were released in theaters. Like you bought a ticket, and you go like, I'm gonna go see this raunchy sex comedy, Hot Dog the movie. And you know the government had some kind of surveillance on that place, and they were keeping an eye on everyone. Not a lot of CEOs walking into Hot Dog the movie, I would imagine, when it was in theaters. See what those... Go to Box Office Mojo, see what Hot Dog the movie did.
Okay.
If you would. Anyone care to guess what Hot Dog the movie was made for and what it grossed?
$5 million made for.
Oh, no way.
Gross like 2.5.
No way was it made for $5 million.
Okay. Bum. I have the domestic opening, the domestic total, and the worldwide total.
Okay.
The worldwide total? Can't be any more than the domestic
Released
total.
January 1984.
Uh-huh.
All right, just to give you some clarity, last weekend, Spider-Man made $144 million. Now, you have to understand there's been inflation. The Odyssey made 31. Woke Odyssey, the very woke Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Someone needs to do something about this. The very woke Odyssey made $31 million last weekend. So how much did Hot Dog the movie make in 1980s dollars?
First of all, estimated production budget of roughly $2 million.
Yes, thank you. $2 million to make Hot Dog the
Domestic
movie, all in
opening,
equipment.
$4.5 million, and a domestic/international, worldwide, same number.
Oh, big in Korea.
4.6
North
million.
Korea was all over Hot Dog the movie.
$20,307,325.
So you used to be able to make garbage.
Yes.
And then enough people would see it where in one weekend, you'd make 10 times the amount of money. And then you'd release it to cable where they would play it. And by the way, the most erotic scene in Hot Dog the movie contains no nudity. The one that I remember, the one that I used via the VHS, would anyone care to remember? Does anyone remember the scene from Hot Dog the movie?
No.
Well, our comic foil, the bumbling moron of the group, is in a ski chalet. Like he's in one of those ski lifts that is like enclosed.
Oh, yes. I do. Okay, yep.
And the woman,
I know
he
the
does
scene.
not know this woman, but the woman puts suntan lotion all over her hands and then begins applying it to his face and then moves down, and one could only assume she's using that as lubrication of some sort. That, for whatever reason, there's not a hint of nudity in it. In fact, she might be completely in a ski suit. But for whatever reason, that scene, that was the one I went to over and over again, which shows you the power of the mind.
Now, conversely, the 1985 comedy, Just One of the Guys, which only had one big reveal scene.
But that's a decent movie.
Budget of $5 million, only grossed 11.5.
It doubled its money.
I don't think that's enough to really be considered a huge success.
I don't think it was a huge success.
Hot Dog the movie, that was a success.
That was a real... Put Hard Bodies in there, see what that comes up with. Because I want to know who went to Hard Bodies. Because then you're making a statement. You're like, I'm going to see Hard Bodies. I'm going alone to Hard Bodies. I want to see softcore pornography.
Budget of less than $2 million, frequently cited around $1 million, grossed roughly $7.1 million at the box office.
So it made 7 times its
Everybody
budget.
makes money. Everybody.
$7 million, and it was like $4 to go see a movie.
Yeah.
So $4, and divide that $7 million by 4.
Today's day and age, it's like 40 with inflation.
You go to a weekday movie, you get in there for $10,
Yeah.
$12. But I mean, enough. Millions of people went to go see Hard Bodies, which you think you would be shamed out of. It's essentially worse than buying a Playboy, because a Playboy at least you can take home.
Yeah.
This is a public theater. It's you're not going to be entertained. You're going just to see a scant boobay.
Yeah.
They had you. They had you at that point. All right, we'll be back. We have some news for you.
continues tonight. Newly acquired catcher Adley Rutschman is expected in the lineup this evening. He is expected to be activated this afternoon after working out yesterday. Patriots had Carlton Davis back on the field yesterday at training camp practice. Will Campbell also a full participant. Christian Barmore was not there. Today, the team will hold a joint practice behind Gillette Stadium with the Indianapolis Colts. The practice starts at 10:15. It is open to the public. The team has also announced they'll honor Hall of Famer Adam Vinatieri at halftime of their Week 5 home game against the Raiders. And the NBA will announce its full regular season schedule on Thursday. But today they've announced an opening night triple-header with a twist. The Celtics and Detroit play Game 1 of the NBA season on Tuesday, October 20th at 3 in the afternoon. Then it'll be Philadelphia at the Knicks and Oklahoma City at San Antonio in the evening. Celtics also got a Christmas Day game. They will host Miami at 2:30 in the afternoon on Christmas Day. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured, not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
The Sports Hub. 3 legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
And now, back to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
We interrupt this program for breaking news.
I can't use it.
Newsflash.
All right, we are Toucher and Hardy. If you would like to watch us, you can do so on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube, and you can be getting all the highlights and live shows like us and Joe, and then highlights of Zolak and Bertrand and of Felger and Maz, plus all the action for Patriots training camp, where they have joint practices today with the Colts. And Mark Daniels will be joining us to talk about the expectations coming out of this. This is when they really put the pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying? This is when you really you can see how bad Caleb Lomu is.
Yesterday, apparently very good.
Ooh!
Yesterday, apparently unbeaten in one-on-ones.
Ooh! All right. Now we're cooking with gas.
That's the game. That's the game within the game. Individual matchups. 22 guys on the field, 1-to-1.
One-on-one. Mano a mano.
And just to keep my point clear, all I want out of this season is Will Campbell being moved to guard and Lomu moving to left tackle.
So you're rooting. This is good news for you, Lomu 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Because this minute that Super Bowl was over and we started having writers on telling us we didn't understand how Will Campbell – and football is – baseball gets a little bit like this, and I'll call that out. But football especially, like, no. Like, you don't get it. Like, I watched the All-22, and Campbell, that's really being exaggerated. And then you go, well, the announcers, the Super Bowl announcers have to be instructed, and they know inherently that you are talking to an audience that's probably 3/4 not football fans, right? Like, you're basically talking to people – talk to them in the most elementary way possible. And when you're doing that about football, you're generally not talking about the offensive line, correct? The offensive line is boring. Even if you're a super big football fan, the idea, it's like an umpire in baseball. The idea is that you don't recognize them, like you don't hear about them. That is the way that you know everything's going okay, is if you don't hear the guy's name. If you start hearing an offensive lineman's name in the Super Bowl, it's almost unheard of, I would assume. And they were making a point, meaning the truck and all the people broadcasting to hundreds of millions of people, literally hundreds of millions of people, were making the decision that they were going to turn to replay of how bad Will Campbell was playing and putting together different plays in a row to show him getting beat by the Seattle front. No. I did not watch the All-22, nor do I care to. But I can tell you this, Will Campbell did not play well in that game. And I don't know Will Campbell. I almost feel bad about this, but his misfortune is Lomu's gain. So it's really like in terms of humanity, a net neutral.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Campbell still makes money. He just moves to guard. I want that to happen so badly. So all these football experts have to eat it, just like the Jaylen Brown crap. That's why I keep harping on Jaylen Brown. Whatever the Celtics did, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever the 76ers did, it didn't matter to me. No one wanted him. They didn't get anything compared to what he is. So for all the years, everyone was like, Jaylen Brown's the greatest. Jaylen Brown's the greatest. I didn't even know. Sure, he's the greatest. I just like that they were wrong. Oh, no. They wouldn't get rid of Jaylen Brown. They never would get rid of Jaylen Brown. That's an impossibility. Okay, well, they're getting rid of Jaylen Brown.
But at least they got rid of to a team where he can be the leader and the
or you're getting Giannis for him. Remember when people didn't want to get rid of Brown for Giannis? They were like, that's a bad trade? Paul George. There you go. Kaboom.
He'd only go to a team where he'd be the unquestioned alpha.
The whole, any way you slice it, the whole thing was like they would have so much leverage that they could pick a situation for him, like they would be able to like find, because every team would be clamoring, they could just pick a team and find it and put him in that situation, or the return would be so gargantuan. By the way, if they would have traded Jaylen Brown and gotten 4 first-round picks, people would have complained about that for sure, because it doesn't make you good in real time.
Yes.
And so you do that, or if they got Giannis, people would have complained about it. In fact, people were saying that Milwaukee would have to throw in stuff to make that deal work, which is ludicrous now.
Remember, it was Giannis. We didn't want Giannis because Giannis was older and was going to demand a lot more money down the line, and he's increasing closer to his expiration date. Yeah, that was the argument.
You acquired a guy older than him, making, if not as much, he doesn't make as much money, but he makes in the ballpark of that money.
Yes, he does. So almost close to the same salary as Jaylen Brown right now.
And the point is not whether the trade was right or wrong at all. That's not the point. The point is that everyone was wrong. And that's what I enjoy, when everyone has miscalculated it. And the Jaylen Brown thing is just annoying because Celtics people are kind of annoying, like Forsberg.
Well, Celtics people in general, the offensive line people in football are annoying, and that's who you're pushing back against with the Will Campbell.
The offensive line people in football are worse because there is this air. It's not even like fandom, which is what the Celtics thing is. The thing with the offensive line people is like this, like you're ignorant, like you don't know, which. That's why we have people on that cover the team. I'm not there. I don't want to be there. That's not what I want to do for a living. I don't want to cover football for a living. And I didn't play at a high level. Like you guys would know. But don't tell me, don't get so in the weeds that you're telling me that there wasn't a problem there at left tackle during the Super Bowl. All right, what do we have, Hardy, in terms of
a restaurant in Florida with a new marketing idea.
All right, so it's Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They're going for people. If you have your receipt from your abortion, you get a free hamburger. They're trying population control.
That answer's good enough.
Yes. We can skip to the next story. You ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, I saw it online.
No, that's not it.
Oh, I thought Whataburger was doing rats. All right, here we go.
Only on 10 tonight, a new restaurant.
Only on 10 tonight. Only on 10 tonight.
Only on 10 tonight, a new restaurant experience is stripping away, emphasis on stripping away the traditional meaning of fine dining.
Oh, we need our bell. We need our bell because what they're doing at this restaurant is just such rich fodder for puns and news anchor jokes.
Because I'll tell you what Florida loves. Florida loves strip clubs and loves fighting back against strip clubs. They love the yin and yang. Like, there's never been greater strip clubs than the Tampa area. Or, like, even South Florida. They have great strip clubs. But the law is always on them.
Well, this isn't about strip clubs per se.
No, I know. But they do love them. Like, Mons Venus, for all intents and purposes, might have been the greatest strip club in the planet. Certainly the most contact of any strip club on the planet, but you couldn't drink in there. You had to go to the parking lot to drink out of people's trunks that were serving alcohol out there.
That's like Little Darlings.
What's that?
Well, the places that were all nude, they wouldn't serve alcohol in a lot of states.
Yeah, so Florida's got that weird relationship, like the greatest strip clubs, but they're all like under blue laws.
Yeah.
Very strange.
All right, so stripping away, that's one.
Okay, I'll start from the beginning and then I'll let it go for a while.
Only on 10 tonight, a new restaurant experience is stripping away, emphasis on stripping away the traditional meaning of fine dining.
A 5-course meal is on the menu, but clothes are not. Local 10's Jeff Dedarian is live in Hollywood with an exclusive look inside. Jeff, give us the naked truth.
Hey there, guys.
Hey
there, guys. I guess this gives new meaning to I just don't know what to wear when I go out tonight.
Yeah, I give that one.
Kind
They're
of.
telegraphing a lot of these. Emphasis on stripping.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Just
going to
let
be
it
puns.
sit. Just let it sit. Let people figure out on their own whether it is or is not a pun.
But then again, they're in Florida, so it's like, how many murders do you want to do a day?
In about 90 minutes from now, customers will go inside this front door right here into this steakhouse for a unique dining experience. Naked dining, and it's legal. Or is it? The fillets are fully dressed.
Let's do a new day.
All right, John.
Thank you, John.
You're guffawing over things. I can't hear it.
Fully dressed.
Let's do a new dinner.
The diners.
Well, that sounds like a fancy place.
He's not saying new dinner, nude dinner.
Yeah, let's do nude dinner.
A nude dinner.
That sounds...
1575.
Yeah, it's Ray Lewis's club. You can't wear clothes. Your big old saggy boobies. Don't get it. That ain't a steak. You're gonna hurt yourself with that knife.
Watch out for the soup. It's hot.
Don't let your nipple fall in that soup. That's egg drop soup. I just made egg drop soup. That was just chicken noodle. Now it's egg drop soup. Once I saw those cans get unleashed.
Scar tissue on your areola.
Everyone's got bad boob jobs. You look like you were hacked with a knife.
Fully dressed.
Let's do a new dinner.
The diners, not so much.
They disrobed pretty much here.
Class Soiree Steakhouse is the talk of the town.
Class soiree. What do you want to call it? It's going to be classy, so put class in there. And then what's a word for ripping it up? That's fancy. Soiree. Class soiree.
For some reason, class is in all caps.
That's because we're emphasizing it. It's classy. It's like a champagne room.
Class Soiree Steakhouse is the talk of the town and social media, not just because of the menu, but for what's not on it. The customers, that is. Clothes, none. Is it choosing socks off first, or how does it work?
Well, we have a bathroom here.
Murad Ali is the chef and owner. He came up with the once-a-month concept to get new business, to generate some buzz. And Chef Ali says there is a market for this. And if you're saying, what? Are you kidding me? What do you want to say to those people who say that?
Please allow people to express themselves at our place.
Do you find yourself staring at people?
No, not at all.
No, I can imagine it's only just disgusting. The people that are nude at these things are never the people you want to see nude, if you know what I'm saying. It's always gross. Like if you see a nude beach, it's disgusting. I used to argue with someone about South Beach when there was nudity on it, and they would go like, "Oh no, it's like all hot chicks." No, it's not.
No.
It's all old ladies and old guys. They like are old foreign ladies that were from Russia, and like the 2 days a year that it was warm enough to get any vitamin D, they instinctually took off all their clothes. It's like a National Geographic situation. It's not erotic, I can tell you that. It's not like a bunch of models all nude on the beach by any stretch of the imagination. It's gross.
Will you cook in the nude ever, or what?
Me? No.
Now, there's no touchy-feely stuff going on at the table? What about that?
No, the people that are, they're all having sex.
You gotta let
I will.
just to hear this guy, the way he answers that.
Okay.
Touchy-feely stuff going on at the table? What about that? Somebody gets friendly? What's the story?
That's class. Look at them ham hocks. Yes, all the ancient people get together and they can't keep their hands off each other. It's so erotic to see these past their primes naked.
Chef Ali's Meet the Chef page goes in and out of first person about 6 times. Ali enrolled at Johnson & Wales University in 1999 and decided to study and train. After graduation,
That's what you're going to see at the dinner, Johnson's in Wales.
After graduation, my chef career took off like a rocket ship. Oh, now we're into first person. By the time I was 24 years old, I was executive chef at Shula's Steak. In 1997, Chef Ali...
That steak's a shoe.
...was hired to work at Chef Allen's in Ventura, Florida, where he worked under Chef Alan Susser. Easy with the name dropping. Easy.
We all know the sus man. All right.
That's French for no.
All of this, by the way, is perfectly legal for a couple of reasons really quick. Number one, the staff has to keep their clothes on. Only the customers can be naked. And number two, all of the windows here, you can't see in or out. So there's no peeping. Jeff Dadarian, Local 10 News.
Good place to throw your birthday party because you can show up in your
Oh,
birthday
good
suit.
job,
There you
Calvin.
go. There you go, Calvin.
All right.
And that's the news. What are you doing today? We're going to watch the news and find out about the new dinner.
Again, on the About Our Staff page, my career and position caused major problem in my marriage. So I thought deep and hard to come up with an alternate route to secure income and have a quality of life with my family.
So a solution was to buy a restaurant? That's always going to solve a marriage
I decided to transition
problem.
from chef de cuisine at the world-famous Fontainebleau Resort to bartender / whitening restaurants in Miami and Boca Raton at several fine restaurants. I don't know. This is Chef Ali.
Chef Ali not big on grammar or
No,
even proofreading.
No.
I think anyone could have told him that's not correct. The strain of being a chef was too much on the marriage, so he became a bartender. He said, I'll solve this. I'm going to make a lot less money. Well, he might have made more money, actually, as a bartender.
In 2004, I met a music icon and began occasional private chef service for him.
Ooh. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
After a few months, he offered me a full-time position taking care of every meal he ate. Now it's 2022, and I am 4 years in at my very own restaurant, Class, all caps, Soiree Steakhouse in downtown Hollywood, with the biggest Hollywood actor of 2018/2019 and Hollywood movie producers as my main clientele.
Wait, so just actors from that 2 years period?
Look, the biggest Hollywood actor of 2018/2019. He doesn't want to say who, but we all know who it is.
Well, Anna Nicole Smith died in Hollywood, Florida, so it can't be her.
But we also know that Hollywood stars and their reign of being on top, very much like an NFL, NBA, or NHL season where you split. They cross the calendar year.
And a lot of producers of movies get confused and move to Hollywood, Florida by accident because it's, the same name. So they end up there and they're like, wait a second. It's like the future here. Everything in the other Hollywood is 3 hours behind. I'm going to go to Hollywood, Florida, and I'll know what's going on before anyone else. All right. Well, very good.
It's the number one steakhouse in Broward County.
Oh, I find that hard to believe.
It's true. They got chicken, too.
What about Ooh La La's? They have a cherry flambe that would knock your socks off. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Mark Daniels will join us.
football league and in colleges and everything else. So the grind is part of it. The grind will get you eventually, but we hope that it doesn't happen anytime soon.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Mark Daniels covers the Patriots for Mass Live. Joint practices with the Colts begin today, and the first preseason game will be Thursday evening. You'll hear that right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Mark Daniels, hello, sir.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. How important are these joint practices? Are they more important than the preseason game?
Yeah, I would argue joint practices are more important than the preseason game because you're guaranteed to go up against starters for the entire 2 hours, whereas the preseason, especially starting off, it might only be a series or two. So if you're a player on the bubble, you get a chance to make your mark against another team's good players. I would put more stock into a day like this and next week against the Eagles. I just think for like Drake May's purpose, like him and his offensive line will go up against Sauce Gardner and, the Colts defensive starters for, a good portion today. The 1-on-1s, the 11-on-11s, the 7-on-7. So, yeah, I think days like today are more competitive than the preseason, certainly when it turns into, the third, fourth quarter.
All right, so you put a 53-man roster projection up on masslive.com. What battles are going to be decided with camp, if any? Like what are the closest battles and who's in them for position?
Yeah, the closest battle is by far receiver. I think in a perfect world, the Patriots trade Kayshon Boutte and get decent draft compensation. But until that happens, he continues to look like a top 3 receiver on this team, whereas a guy like Kyle Williams does not. But you hear, Mike Vrabel talk about Kyle Williams. It's like, all right, they clearly want Kyle Williams on the roster. But then you have someone like Efton Chisholm who's catching passes from Drake May and catching way more passes than a lot of guys. You have Mac Hollins who's, playing with Drake May. And that battle, you have 7 guys who legitimately could make the roster. So for me, joint practices preseason for the rest of the way, it's like, all right, how is this thing going to sort itself out? And will the Patriots actually trade Kayshon Boutte, who looks like a top option? For me, that's like the marquee one. And then you have lower other competitions.
Wait, what would you do at receiver, though? What would you do at receiver? Because if you got to worry about riots if they get rid of Efton Chisholm because he's little and white, and that will not fly here. Yeah, that's right. But
I tell you, I think Efton Chisholm caught 8 passes yesterday. 6 were from Tommy DeVito. But like every time he's on the field, he makes catches. He produces. So there's something to be said about that. What I would do is I wouldn't make Drake May's receiver situation worse. I would absolutely keep Kayshon Boutte, and if that meant cutting a 3rd-round pick, I would cut the 3rd-round pick. Now, if you want to keep 7 receivers, and if I'm there and they say, well, if you're going to keep Kayshon, we got to keep Kyle, fine. Then keep 7 and cut a backup linebacker or backup defensive back. But hypothetically, is A.J. Brown going to play all 17 games? What are the odds that happens with a guy who's had a history of knee injury? So if he goes down, I would rather have Kayshon Boutte than Mac Hollins. And I get Boutte's in a contract year, and then other aspect is he wants to be traded, right? Kayshon Boutte wants to go somewhere where he'll be able to maximize his value in his first contract year of his career. I understand that. But what I think the best is for Drake May is to keep your best players. And Kayshon Boutte is one of their best receivers. So if it was me, I would definitely keep him.
I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but, didn't Efton Chisholm stand out during camp last year? Made plays yes. During the preseason and then didn't see the field at all?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's right now, he's their backup slot receiver behind Demario Douglas. So you could certainly argue, do you really need a backup slot receiver? I don't know, though. It's interesting because it's like, all right, he's slower, but he knows how to get open and he has good hands. And it's like guys like that do last in the league. Whereas like a guy like Kyle Williams, and I say this honestly, I like him because he's a really, really nice guy. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met on an NFL team. But Kyle's super fast, and that's why the Pats like him. Oh, he's a special athlete, but he has to work on his route running, getting on the same page with Drake May in his hands. And it's guys like that you take who have potential that don't always make it. So if I had to put odds on it, who's going to have a longer career? I might say a guy like Efton Chisholm. And I don't want to say he's Jacoby Myers because Jacoby was different, but Jacoby was also slower. But he ran good routes, he got open, and he had good hands. And that's why he wasn't drafted because of his 40 time. Whereas, that year you drafted N'Keal Harry because of his traits and how big and strong he was. But sometimes it's, the slower guys who know how to get open and catch passes that make it.
How badly did you want to compare him to Tom Waddle and you just didn't. You didn't have it in you.
Didn't have it in me. Not
you put Tom Waddle over the middle. He'll take a helmet to helmet. He don't care.
I thought
he'll hang on to the ball.
I thought you were going Wayne Corbett. No,
Corbett was physically gifted. Get out of here.
Do you think there are really restaurants in the Foxborough area that are allowing Mac Hollins to go in there barefoot? And if so, could you find out which ones they are and report them?
I wonder if Patriot Place allows him to do it. But then my question there is, does he go to public restrooms barefoot? Because that's really gross. Or do you take sandals with you?
That's that's an excellent question. It's one thing as if that's true, as he is claiming, there are restaurants that are allowing him to go in there barefoot now. What if you have to use the bathroom?
Right. What if he wants to go bowling? Does he not wear bowling shoes? Like, how does that work?
No, you smell. You use them, but not for your feet. You put a warm wet rag in there. A fifi.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, follow that up.
What other positions, Mark, are going on? What other are there battles?
So running back for the Pats, the number 3 running back. We know who the top 2 guys are. Number 3 has been Terrell Jennings, and all of a sudden he started injured. He comes back. He's like clearly better than, or the coaching staff likes him more than Jam Miller, Miles Montgomery, Len Larson. You got a linebacker battle. They signed this free agent, KJ Britt. They draft this kid in the 6th round, Namdi Obiizer. But they haven't been the top backups. It's been Chad Muma, who a lot of people probably didn't know, and an undrafted free agent named Khalil Jacobs. And those look like the top 2 linebackers. So there's been little things like that get football nerds like me super excited that I don't know if people necessarily care about. Like the backup guard situation, guys, I'll be honest, like I'm a bit worried. It's Ben Brown and Andrew Rupstich. I don't know how great I feel about that situation. So, little battles like that, and I guess the big one, though, is definitely receiver.
How do you think Mike Vrabel approaches this week? Is there extra emphasis on today or Thursday?
Yeah, I think there's extra emphasis on today. Like Drake May will be out there for the entire time, whereas, Thursday, I would imagine Drake May and the starters start the game, but I would be a little surprised if it went beyond a couple series, in that. So I think today will be super competitive, like Drake May versus Sauce Gardner, and they have Charkarius Ward, I think was their other cornerbacks. Like the Colts have 2 good cornerbacks. I know they've been super competitive. And then their offense, it's Daniel Jones, but he's throwing to Tyler Warren, and their running back is Jonathan Taylor. So they have good players, and it'll be, fascinating to see how the Pats stack up against the Colts' best players.
Do you think Daniel Jones will play, given what was going on with his injury and everything?
Yeah. If he does, it's only a series or 2. But in practice, that's why I said practice will be more.
Yeah.
He'll be out there today, trying to beat Christian Gonzalez and all that.
Yeah, and you like these because the coaches have some sort of control over them, and they can be more scripted, these practices, than a game.
Yeah, and you get one-on-one situations where, like, all right, it'll be Sauce Gardner versus A.J. Brown, just one-on-one, and those are some of the most fun drills to watch because it's, man versus man, and all right, let's see who wins. Let's see if, they don't have Alec Pierce, he's injured, but, like, all right, Tyler Warren one-on-one, is there any Patriots linebacker or safety? Maybe it's Kevin Byard or Craig Wilson. Can they cover or beat Tyler Warren one-on-one? And then there's the offensive line. Like Caleb Lomu has struggled a little bit this summer. How is he going to look against other edge rushers who aren't the Pats and, who know how to beat them? And how will Campbell fare up, in those one-on-one situations? So, yeah, love the one-on-one drills.
All right, what is the possibility? What is the fight possibility? Usually in these joint practices, invariably around the league, there's at least one fight, if not 2. Didn't Vrabel get hurt trying to break one up last year?
He was bleeding. Yeah, he got. I think he jumped in, took a helmet to the face. Yeah, in one of them. I say first day it's always low. It's like 30%. It's the second day where it goes to more 70%. So there's no second day with the Colts, but
next week
the Eagles. Yeah, next week the Eagles. They'll be a day 2. So I think day 2, maybe A.J. Brown gets in the middle of it.
Oh yeah,
definitely bigger odds there.
All right. Well, listen, Mark Daniels, your dream is today. You get to see the one-on-one battles, including Sauce Gardner. Don't look for him to make many tackles. He is not a fan of contact.
Not his thing.
Even though he plays professional football and makes lots and lots of money. Mark Daniels, thank you so much. Read him in Mass Live. We appreciate it, Mark.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. And thank you for playing along with the feet thing. Be listening this morning at 8:40 for a chance to score. Well, I guess not at 8:40. You'll be listening after the break. Right after the break, I'll do it. Be listening after the break to score a pair of tickets to see the Patriots and the Colts this Thursday night at Gillette Stadium. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Now, don't jam the phones up too bad for this Thursday night preseason extravaganza. But Drake May, you just heard from Mark Daniels, could be playing a couple series.
Yeah. I would think so. If he's going to play in a game, this would be the one after a little bit of joint practicing and get out there, and who knows if you'll see him again after that. But sure.
And maybe Tommy DeVito's agent will be taking a dump in one of the many bathrooms at Gillette.
You spot him with his hat.
Yep. He'll be right there on the sideline. He'll spot him.
I mean, you're not going to see the hat over the stall door.
No.
He's a tiny man.
Yes, not a very large individual.
No, he's quite muscular, though. He's in very good shape. He released some footage of himself shirtless playing football.
Wow.
And playing catch with Tommy DeVito. He's a real agent. A real agent.
Is he?
Listen, I want to go play catch with my agent. You know, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, you often see Clooney. He wrestles his agent. They put it on the internet. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. No, the ticket's not fun. You got a bunch of stuff wrong when you talk. So much for this country.
Dutcher and Hardy.
This country's a bunch of buffoons that don't know the rules. You idiot.
The Sports Hub.
All right, look out. Caller number 10 to the contest line at 617-931-0985 will score a pair of tickets to see the Patriots and the Colts Thursday night at Gillette Stadium. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. So how about that? Get your preseason tickets, because I would imagine they're very expensive on the secondary market.
I'm glad that on our text chain here, this was not more Richard Marx stuff coming through.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh boy! I just looked down. And it's like I don't know if I had the strength or the energy to look at this. And I didn't even respond yesterday.
Mike Reese came in the studio yesterday with a young man from Syracuse, a guy who's going into his sophomore year at Syracuse, that has, in his words, which you can choose to believe or not believe, been at every day of Patriots training camp since he was 3 years old. That would mean he's like, say he's 19. For 16 years, he hasn't missed a day of training camp. And which is extremely odd if you think about it. But Mike Reese sent us a picture with the area that the kid would sit in every year circled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we've got that. And last night he sent us YouTube footage of Richard Marx live, just to really lay it in that he had seen Richard Marx.
19-minute video of Richard Marx.
Now, did you watch? I didn't even click on it.
I clicked on it and lasted about 20 seconds.
For your interest when time permits, a little flavor on the Richard Marx Show. And it's a link to the YouTube YouTube link, video of the show that he was at. And John is right. It is 19 minutes, 1 second long. So, no, I will never have enough time to permit that.
And how would you ever know how to find a Richard Marx video on YouTube? Perhaps searching it. If you were interested and you said, oh, I wonder what that show was like, I think every show now is up on YouTube, which does take away a little bit. That life, in one way that life was better, in a sense, was when stuff like that wasn't available. Because there was that mystery. Like when I was a kid and I got into punk rock music, there was no way. Like now, I just saw a thing with Travis Barker where they put headphones on him and they're playing songs and they play a Black Flag song and he thinks it's the Descendants because same drummer. And he's like gushing about the Descendants. 20 million people are going to see this thing. Right, because Travis Barker is of my generation and grew up like that was his favorite band. But it's the band that Blink-182 admittedly ripped off, which is fine. I mean, it's, generations of music. But when I was a kid, I went to a punk rock kid's house that was the neighbor of my neighbor of my friend. Went up to his room. He was playing like hardcore. I didn't have any interest in it. I found an album that had a toilet paper roll on it. Craig and I asked if we could borrow it. Went over to Craig's house, played it. I loved it. Became obsessed with this sentence. I couldn't find their records, so we had to go like downtown and like all over the place to find them. I would go to the library and look at microfiche and like would find some like 3. I didn't even know what they looked like. There was that thing that helps you develop a passion. Like when now, if I put any band in, no matter like Tally Hall, that band, like when I looked at Tally Hall, the food court that was in Farmington Hills, Michigan, where I was assaulted, I look at that. There's this band that, like, anything you want, any show you want is up on YouTube now. And it's
so any access, anything you want to know about it is pretty much easy to find. And so there's that aspect of it, the learning of about which required real legwork, but then actually attaining things. So the way you're talking about those things, Fred, that's the way I was with BMX. And the only access we had to it were going to the races once a week and then your once a month copy of BMX Plus. And when that thing showed up, devoured every single word, my buddy Mark Harper and I, every single page. We knew all the riders. We knew all the ads. And if you wanted something like, within reason, like, okay, I want to switch to Oakley grips. I want those Oakley grips. You know, we had the grab-ons, and those things stunk because they fell apart after like 3 days. So you had to, first of all, find a bike shop that actually sold the Oakley grips, but they didn't have those in stock. And like anything now, first of all, you can find anything you want to know about it instantaneously. And if you want it, you can have it that day. You just go on and order. It'll be at your house. You know, the chase is gone.
Right. So, and then it's also hard to get through stuff. Like, I saw something about the band The Germs, and then so this weekend they said this movie was made about them called What We Do Is Secret. I went on Amazon, What We Do Is Secret, the movie is there. So I start playing the movie. The movie has a scene, it's a drama, but it's a movie where they have a scene where they're on K-Rock and doing an interview. So I pause the movie and I go on YouTube, and the interview the Germs do on K-Rock is on YouTube, which is kind of cool, but like also, you know, an interview of a little-known band with one album is from 1981. A radio interview.
That's crazy.
Is up on
there.
YouTube.
That's crazy that it's on there.
Yes, the whole thing. It's like an hour. I mean, I got through 5 minutes of it because it's a punk rock interview with Rodney Bingenheimer. I mean, they're being sassy, but and it's like unlistenable.
Rodney on the Rock.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
I don't know anything about him. Was he not a good guy?
I'll tell you a line from the interview and you can take it from there.
Okay.
They're saying like what they want people to bring to the station, and the girl who's in the Germs goes, "Bring little boys. I want to like cook them or something like that." And then Rodney goes, bring little girls. Bring little girls.
Oh.
Bring them in cheerleader outfits or schoolgirl outfits." He had teen clubs. Him and Kim Fowley.
Okay. All right.
Not maybe the greatest guys in the world. There's a documentary on Rodney Bingenheimer that I suggest for everyone. I do. It's without salacious details, but it's called The King of Sunset Strip. And he was still alive when they made it. And he was one of these guys that's like in a 1-bedroom apartment that's just overflowing with like priceless memorabilia because he was so boots on the ground with all that stuff. His best friend was like David Bowie. And so he's in an apartment that's probably $200 a month. And it's just jammed like a hoarder, but it's all this stuff that you could probably sell for like $10,000 a piece. Like this crazy Bowie stuff and this like countless things from like early punk rock. Like it's just insane. It's called The Mayor of Sunset Strip. I've watched it more than once. Rodney Bingenheimer. That's something. I just gave you all a nice suggestion for something to do this week.
Bring little girls. And then Parento bursts in and says, no, boys.
New interns.
He didn't even work at the station, but he somehow found out what they were talking about. He flew across the country. Got there just in time.
There was a hotline that rang.
Man.
Are you doing Elevator from Hell today? Oh. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Bill Simmons is a renegade, and Sarge is a master of disguise.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You know America's #1 prediction market platform, Kalshi? Did you know that on Kalshi, everyone's talking about the NFL season and it hasn't even started yet? Oh, we had the Hall of Fame game. We got a game on Thursday night, but we're talking...
Handed the Red Sox their third straight loss last night, 2-1 at Rogers Center. Red Sox stranded the tying run on third base to end the game. Patrick Sandoval starts against the Blue Jays tonight, and he'll have a brand new catcher. That's because Adley Rutschman is expected to be activated after working out in front of the team yesterday. Patriots got Carlton Davis back on the field yesterday at training camp. Will Campbell also a full participant. Next up, a joint workout with Indianapolis behind Gillette Stadium. It is open to the public. It starts at 10:15. The NBA has announced the Celtics will go to Detroit for the very first game of the opening day in the league, Tuesday, October 20th, but the start time is at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Later on, Philadelphia visits the Knicks, and Oklahoma City goes to San Antonio on opening night. The Celtics also have a Christmas Day home game against Miami, and the Massachusetts State Little League champions from Bridgewater beat Richmond, Vermont yesterday 11-1. Bridgewater now through to the New England Regional title game on Thursday night. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the 99 Restaurants. Kids eat free the day after the Red Sox win. Get a free kids meal with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
My buddy
With friends like these,
to climb up a tree.
you know.
We're the best friends you can be, my buddy and me.
Now, more of your best morning buddies, Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Billy Squire with him, yelling over it. It's old, so he's not gonna like it. Let's start with Sarge.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I was looking for Adolfo Master of Disguise. I was looking for it with Nick, but Crash is turning 60 this month.
Oh, boy.
So we did find this.
It's time again to hear a story from Crash. Let's find out how he got his rash. Redneck fights and long boozing night is just the tip of the iceberg.
So we should probably have Crash. He's been fired from another job.
No.
Everyone got fired.
Was he getting paid at that one?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the job where Jimmy Barron was called from his ex-radio partner, who he does not get along with that well. It's not as tense as other relationships. But the guy called him and he's like, hey, we're getting the Morning X back together. In Atlanta, there is this notion that this Morning X... I got to get into this for a second. 99X started in 1993 or 92. It started... K-Rock was an alternative, calling itself an alternative rock station in New York, in Los Angeles, in the early 80s, 1980. There was 91X in San Diego in 1980. They were playing All Stop the World and Melt With You and stuff like that, but they called it alternative. So fast forward 12 years. The number one album, so 10 by Pearl Jam's out, Nevermind by Nirvana's out, and Super Unknown by Soundgarden's all out. That's 3 of the top 5 albums in the country. So 99X, the Susquehanna Broadcasting bravely switches a pop station to an alternative rock station, and they act and then it was a success. It was a big success. And they act like they discovered plutonium. Yeah, you took a format that had been around for 10 years in other markets. You put it on. You did a good job. Great. You became an industry leader, and it's fantastic what you did. But stop acting like you reinvented the wheel.
Yeah, you weren't vanguards. There were people doing it for a long time before that.
Right. So they blew up the station after I left. I was part of the decline, as you can imagine. And then they blew it up after I came here, a couple years after I came here. And then they brought it back. And the show before I went on the morning show was called The Morning X. I worked with 2 members of it, but it was 3 members. 2 people and then the guy who sued me. So the guy who sued me is trying to put the show back together, and he calls Jimmy Barron, who was the big star of the show. Jimmy's a friend of mine who I worked with. And he goes, hey, we're getting the Morning X back together. Would you like to come on? Jimmy's a big highfalutin real estate agent now. And he's like, okay, like, and they start having a conversation. He's like, what is it going to pay? And he's like, oh, it doesn't pay anything.
Oh, yeah.
And Jimmy's like, what? No. He's like, well, we tape it. We don't do it live. Like, so we'll just tape it. He's like, I have no interest in doing a free podcast with
Why?
you.
Why?
Right. Like, I don't need to be on the radio. Like, it's not of interest to me. But nonetheless.
That's great.
So Crash had been working there, and then Cumulus blew it up because they've always been run by idiots. All right. So here's the deal. Sarge, Zolak sent this to us. Scott, hello.
Hello, it's Paul McCartney from Britain. Called today. If you said this Billy Barrett, is he related? Is he go to Dickie Barrett's birthday party that you guys had for him quite down under?
That is
Hardy is not here
Hold
for
on.
that.
Okay,
You
so,
see that
so
no talented son of a bitch, Ringo, with it, member of our band, he said, everywhere you see my face and you smile. And tell Georgie I said hi when you see him.
All right, there you go.
I gotta go.
All right. So,
why did you say down under?
Wasn't that a shout out to Ringo Starr's solo career there at the end?
But he also brought up Dickie Barrett.
Yeah, all kinds of strange.
Right, Dickie Barrett used to get backstage at one of the shows.
See, that doesn't bother me.
No.
Because it's a Liverpool, ain't it?
I don't know what Zoe is doing.
he's doing a fantastic British accent. You knew it off the top. But the game will be... So the thing on Instagram was...
Sarge doing accents.
Right. So they're like, Sarge, he's the big voice of the Patriot games when you walk into Gillette Stadium. Can you do it in these particular accents? So that's no fun if you know the accent's coming. Mm-hmm. The big thing will be I will play you him, and then we will have to guess what the accent he's doing is.
Okay. Right.
There are no right answers.
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Okay, so that's just Sarge being Sarge.
Oh, I thought that was Spanish.
No, there's your baseline. There's the control in this
right.
experiment.
Yeah, so this is just Sarge. You know, Mike Riley.
Let me hear it. Let me hear the baseline again.
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. What accent is this that Sarge is doing?
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Okay, that... I honestly don't know.
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Felcom.
How can you not distort your voice? Because Sarge is such a fake voice that he's like stuck in a fake voice, so
Just
he can't...
play the fans part of it again.
Well, I mean, I can only play the whole thing.
Fans?
Yeah.
That's
so there's
just
no
his-
accent.
No,
there.
no.
Okay, yeah.
Fans? Fans?
Okay.
He just enunciates it different.
Well,
like,
you get it. The first one is fans, and the second one is fans.
Oh,
yeah, he's just like putting a question mark at the end of it.
Welcome to Gillette Stadium.
I'm taking it that's
Welcome.
that's a British accent, I'm assuming.
I thought he said welcome.
Well, I thought German for a second
I
too.
did
but
too.
there's-
I thought German.
But it would be too controversial. to
I'm
do
going German. I'm sticking with it.
I'm going Transylvanian.
Okay.
All right, that is a British accent.
Okay.
Am I correct? Okay. All right. I don't know the answer to these, so
All right.
Ryan's gonna have to let
You're
me
one
know.
for one. Congratulations.
Well, it was top of mind.
Yes.
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Oh, I know that. See, I wish we had Adolfo, master of disguise.
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
That's obviously a southern accent.
Gotta be correct.
There you go.
I don't know how you can't manipulate your voice. I don't know how it's so difficult because he's doing a voice. Sarge is a
He's
voice.
too busy.
All you have to do
Locked in
really
Sarge.
is just think of a character. Now, if you were to do a Southern accent, you would probably just do Matt McCarthy.
Yeah. But the thing is if you said, do Paul McCartney doing Matt McCarthy, I don't know if I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing the Sarge voice.
Right.
So he's doing an imitation that he's created. He's doing a character. And to adapt.
And that's why it's tripping him up.
Yeah, because Mike Riley is Sarge. Sarge, then you're asking him to do Sarge
Right.
doing a thing. He's a wrestling character,
Right.
Okay.
as is everyone in media now.
So if you're asking Mike Riley to do Sarge doing a British accent, that's when you get
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Welcome to Gillette Stadium. I'm the leprechaun. I'm Sarge.
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Oh, I got no idea. Is that an accent of a region of the world?
That's an accent of a serial killer.
Where is Bane from?
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Is that supposed to be Darth Vader?
It is not a region of the world.
Is it a movie character?
No.
Is it an accent?
It's a speak affectation. They ask him to utter this in a what?
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
Evil?
Oh, is this Thanos?
That would be very specific.
That is Sarge's version of a whisper.
Oh,
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
He can't even whisper?
Oh,
now that I could do. Paul McCartney whispering.
These sandwiches? Shh, don't tell us so, but I've hidden a club under the seat.
So you can whisper in the voice. All right. Well, we've established Sarge is very untalented.
Oh, no.
All right. So Bill Simmons.
Fans, welcome to Gillette Stadium.
When he's not
That's
putting
Southern.
together meetings of the minds to have a dinner at Toscano's, no flunkies.
Just the Jays.
Just the Jays, Wick, the gang. And if
Matt, did you call him Zoo? Or did he call him Missoula? What did he call him, Missoula?
I don't know. I can tell you. He called him Joe Maz.
Joe Maz.
Yeah, just to tell you, Jalen's situation can be fixed with 1 3-hour dinner in the private. This is a tweet from Bill Simmons, an adult in his, I would imagine, his late 50s. Jalen's situation can be fixed with 1 3-hour dinner in the private room at Toscano's. Table for 6, the Jays, table for 6, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not a big deal, right? Just 6 bros hanging out, doing business. Me in the corner, just a cuck chair, playing with myself, watching the whole thing go down. I put this together. Table for 6, the Jays, Joe Maz, Stevens, Chisholm, Wick. The right trade isn't there, as happens. Just talk it out with agents, family, and extended circle. Flunky with talk it out with agents, family, and extended circle. Flunkies poisoning it.
Without, and there's a misprint there.
Okay, without the agents, family, and extended circle flunkies poisoning it. And one of our listeners obviously had AI create the dinner in picture form.
Mm-hmm.
But
glorious.
Yeah, that is an adolescent fantasy of a grown man creating. Now they're smoking. He's smoking a cigar because that is the sign of
power.
Yeah, business is getting done here. We're doing something that's inherently unenjoyable, but it's an affectation that I can really put on. Here is Bill Simmons, who's very talented, by the way. I don't mean to say he's not talented. Here is Bill Simmons. This was brought to our attention on his podcast, which is very popular. No sarcasm. It's a very popular podcast. He makes far more money than I. Here we go.
Do you know from driving with me, I never buckle it, and I just wait the minute until it stops doing the noise.
Well, you don't buckle your seatbelt ever?
Not really.
That's a terrible.
I know. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I just don't like seatbelts. I know. Listen, I know I'll get skewered. I'm a bad example. Sometimes I'll put them on.
Well, I know my kids, for one, follow anything Simmons says. They're out there. I mean, whatever he says. I don't believe this for 10 seconds.
If I'm going 95 on the highway, I might throw it on there. But
I mean, that's a whole nother podcast.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not going to defend it.
But by the way, that doesn't stop dinging after 10 seconds. That just keeps going.
So is he doing a joke? Is he just playing this out and thinking that he's being funny?
No, he's being
not.
serious.
Yes.
But unless he drives like a car from 20 years ago, that thing doesn't stop. I know this because my daughter, I'll pick her up from school and she'll have her backpack on and the dog will be in the car and we'll be driving and it will be like ding, 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 ding. And I'll be ignoring it. And then I'll finally go, oh, Jesus, Zoe, put on your seatbelt, because she goes, look, I can't because my backpack. And then I'll have to be like, put your seatbelt on. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going. So that's not true. I mean, at a certain point, it's just worth putting the seatbelt on to hear the dinging stop. And it's not something that's like real crazy not to put a seatbelt on. I mean, we rode in the back of station wagons cross country. I mean, it was very rarely belted in.
Yeah, but this is like when Martin Short called up Eddie Vedder and he said, Eddie, how are you, my friend? And Eddie Vedder said, I haven't been doing good during COVID, man. I was, probably drinking too much. I started smoking again. And Martin Short said to him, smoking. Have you been waiting for more literature on that subject?
Yes, exactly.
It's so completely stupid. And there's like hardly anyone left doing that. And everybody wears a seatbelt now.
Wouldn't that be interesting if he went through the windshield and died?
Yeah. Everyone wears the seatbelt. That's something that I don't care like how, don't tread on me, let me do what I want. No. Everyone has decided, the seatbelt, not a big deal, not uncomfortable. Just put it on.
Because the thing with the seatbelt is, on a motorcycle, people don't want to wear helmets because of the freedom of the feeling of the wind in your hair. There is no such feeling with driving. Driving is a excruciatingly horrible experience where you just sit in traffic and get mad. It's designed to be mad. It's glorious to see someone get their license and figure out in short time how miserable the experience is. They're so excited only to be crushed by reality. But the seatbelt is neither here nor there. Now, the question is, do you put a seatbelt on in an Uber?
I feel a little weird when I'm riding in a car now not wearing a seatbelt. So more often than not, if I'm in the back seat, I'll put the seatbelt on.
See, I do not. As a rule, I don't know why. And I am rarely with people who do. So the only reason I think of it is when someone is in the back and puts on their seatbelt, I feel a little irresponsible that I haven't put my seatbelt on. But, if you fart, don't worry, because the guy's going to threaten to kick your ass anyway, which is what happened to me when my son broke wind.
Fartgate.
He sat inside my house. He sat in front of my house in his car, screaming and yelling about how he's going to kick my ass.
Yeah. Didn't he drive back and forth down your block, too?
Yes,
yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
He was so tough, he yelled out his window that he was going to kick my ass
Well,
while I stood in my driveway.
Well, you started it with the fart.
I did nothing. I said, thank you for keeping the window down the whole drive on a 35-degree day. And how many minutes was it? Did I say 25 minutes?
I don't
Which
remember.
is you being fresh, and you weren't really thanking him. You were being sarcastic, and then you slammed the door when you got out.
No, it's never been stated or shown that I slammed that door in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely 100% said at the time you got out and slammed the door.
No, I said something that I figured that the guy would just ignore, which is thanks for. I just wanted to acknowledge that I got that he had put the window all the way down for the entirety of the drive at Christmas time back from Symphony Hall. I just wanted to acknowledge that I got the message. You kept your window down. I understand. Point taken. I didn't say, hey, you dick, like da-da-da-da-da. And I waited until we were in front of my house. When I was getting out of the car, I said, thanks for keeping the window down the whole drive. And he's like, you fart. Someone farted. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, and I'm like, he's 16. This was a couple years ago. I'm like, he's 16. He's like, I have a 16-year-old. He does not fart. That's what he said. And I said, okay, good. I'm like, shut the F up. And he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm like, you're not gonna do anything. And I'm standing with my kids in the driveway, and they're laughing.
But I remember,
and I'm like, you're not gonna do anything.
I remember this conversation because when you got out, you slammed the door, which pissed him off.
I didn't say that. I never said I slammed the door because I didn't.
Yeah, And here's why I remember the conversation, because we had the discussion. If his window was down and you slam a car door, it seems worse than it is.
I didn't slam the door.
The air pressure.
But I didn't slam the door. That would be damaging his car. I didn't slam the door.
So you were either lying then or...
I didn't say I slammed the door.
Now.
No, you went into how I slammed the door, and my defense was the same as it is now. I didn't slam the door. You were the one that invented that, which is the point about memory. Hardy's remembering something that he insisted upon in the first argument that was never
How about
stated.
this? I wasn't even there, and I have a better recollection and account of what you did than you did.
But you truly believe I said that I slammed the door, and
Yes.
I didn't, because I remembered the conversation, and I was there. And the whole conversation is you said you must have slammed the door, and I said, no, I didn't.
If there's ever been a time to go back and find something from years ago,
Well, if you can find,
this is the time.
If you can find,
this is the time.
Find Adolfo Master in disguise first. You found it.
Nick has a DVD binder out here, and he's like burning a disc on his computer.
All right. Well, I guess we could find out if I said that I slammed the door. It's going to be long. I mean, we're going to have to really hear me talk about it.
So, do you remember where you were coming back from?
Yeah, Symphony Hall. We were coming back from the holiday pops.
So this probably would have been December of 24.
I'm guessing, yeah, because he was 16, so he's 18 now. So
Okay.
December
Okay.
of 24
All right.
was when the fart happened. Yeah, because it was 2 Christmases ago, because I had Zoe wrote on the ornament that we had bought there about the fart Uber on it. And then so that when that went on the tree this year, it reminded me of it was actually quite funny. Like the whole thing was, my kids thought it was funny. Like it wasn't my fault. Like I was obviously sober and in control. Like if I had been drinking, it would be a lot less funny to me because like who knows what I did. But I am quite aware of what I did. And he was being ridiculous. Like I was keeping it going a little bit for comedic effect because he was really getting riled up and it was funny. But he was threatening to kick my ass, which was hysterical. And my kids even thought it was funny. He's like, I kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm like, you're not going to do anything. Go away. And then he drove and then he squealed and U-turned and then sped back to really get a message thrown. Like, ooh. Now, he would have pulled a gun out, then I wouldn't have liked it. But his threats were not landing. This particular guy, I did an ocular pat down. I felt quite comfortable about the good chances of him kicking my ass. If he was some huge, like, crazy guy, I would not have let it go that far.
Maybe he knew jujitsu.
Lord only knows. And then he could have come on my property and strangled me.
Stay off the ground.
Right. All right. We will be back in just a moment with an award-winning email segment or perhaps evidence that I am indeed a liar. Who knows? Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy, and you can. I'm texting with Crash. He's going to Disney with Fat Kid, a guy that used to intern for me in Atlanta. He's going to Disney with another man on Friday. He just got back from Fort Lauderdale, and he's headed back down to Disney.
So it's, excuse me, literally just the two of them. They're not
Yes.
meeting anyone there?
No.
How old is the fat kid?
Probably 8 years younger than me. He's in his 40s, so probably his early 40s, because he was an intern when I was in my 20s. So maybe not even 8 years younger than me. Like, that's a weird time. Like, if I was 27 doing the morning show and he was 20, I'm only 7 years older than him. And I don't think he was probably 20. I'm guessing he was like 21. So probably 6 years younger than me. And he was my intern, who I named Fat Kid, and is still called Fat Kid in his own personal life, even though he's not on the radio anymore. I'm the only one still on the radio.
The whole dynamic when Crash came up here for one of the shows at the Wilbur, I had a chance to meet Fat Kid. The whole dynamic's very, very strange.
Yeah, by the way, Fat Kid was not a part of the Wilbur show.
No,
Fat
he was just there with Crash.
Yeah,
it was just weird.
So Fat Kid was an intern of mine in Atlanta, and everyone knows Crash, who was part of the show for a long time, and I worked with in Atlanta too. And in fact, Crash was the only guy in Atlanta that I actually worked with, that I did a show with. And Crash came up here, and he went back to Atlanta and developed this relationship with Fat Kid. And when I was in Atlanta one time when I went back there years ago, Crash came and got me, and Fat Kid was driving the car, and Crash was in back with a girl in a cooler.
I think Fat Kid rented a car when they flew up here, and Fat Kid was driving him around here.
Yeah,
which was kind of odd.
I can't emphasize enough, and it was not for my benefit. Crash was in the back seat of a car that Fat Kid was driving. There was no one in the I got in the passenger seat, and Crash was in back with a girl in a cooler of beer. And that's how I was picked up. And then they had a whole thing going. Like, I was on the outside the entire time.
But weren't you just supposed to spend the day with Crash? Weren't you?
Yes, and Fat Kid was out of nowhere. And so, and I don't mind that, but the two of them had like some vibe going, like something going that like I couldn't penetrate. Like I was on the outside the whole day. Like it was Fat Kid and Crash. I believe Fat Kid's wife showed up. Crash had these girls that I was not interested in at all.
Okay.
And it was just like Fat Kid and Crash, like mind melding. So he's become like a valet to Crash, which is quite interesting. If you think about it. We're looking for a CD player because Nick did not find me telling Hardy the story, but he did find the show where Adolfo, Master of Disguise.
I got a couple of emails here, and it just says 3 words, both of them. There's one from Charlie and one from Eric. It just says simply, Hardy is right.
Well, that is one way to look at it. And the other one is Jeremy, who says, if you're looking for an example of gaslighting, right here, Hardy's changing history to fit the narrative and upset you.
Yeah.
That
And to
is
double
gaslighting.
down on that, Nick says, the subject line, you ruined the show. Of course you were a fraud BMX guy. I wasn't a fraud BMX guy. I actually raced BMX.
How could you be a fraud BMX guy?
don't
Why
know.
wouldn't it be poser, not fraud?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
bringing sports to the table with the fraud stuff. Brent says, I was just wondering if Adam 12 was going to list any of the muffins he touched the other day on his Facebook Marketplace. Preferably, I could meet up with him at a local fire department or Methadone Mile to get the muffins. Adam, again, I can't even find the guy anymore. But Adam, some actor died at the age of 80 who was in something called Phantasm movies. And Adam had a big weepy post on Instagram about the guy dying. I can't even find out who it is anymore. I forgot. And I can't even find a mention of him on any entertainment sites. But obviously it was devastating to Adam that this 80-year-old man that was in horror movies passed away. And he had to get up. He couldn't get up fast enough to put his 2 cents in with a tribute on Instagram. That's a total fun socks move. That's a guy that wears fun socks.
That's something Taco Socks does.
Yeah, that's conversation starter socks guy. Boo.
Multiple emails and a text from Marshall Hook about this also. Fred, can you play just the beginning of the Florida news story again, please?
Yes. Here we go.
Only on 10 tonight, a new restaurant experience is stripping away, emphasis on stripping away the traditional meaning of fine dining.
A 5-course meal is on the menu, but clothes are not. Local 10's Jeff Dedarian is live in Hollywood with an exclusive look inside. Jeff, give us the naked truth.
Stop right there. Jeff Dedarian. This is from, again, multiple people. I believe was one of the brothers who owned the Station nightclub in Rhode Island when it caught on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And Marshall Hook texted me about this and said, yep, he looked into it. Same guy. How about that?
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, to change the subject, Marshall Hook had sent me a warning text not to fly to Maine. He said, don't fly to Maine, and I ignored him. And I went up and flew and ended up driving back and caused all that controversy. Controversy. Yeah. And by the way, Bangor, it's north of Bangor. It's not 3 hours, 2.5 hours. It's well over 4 hours. If you're really going nuts, you're getting 4.5 hours. It's more like 5.5, 6. And then you start thinking about it. People take the train to New York City and fly to Philadelphia. We make fun of Wallach about driving to Philadelphia. And how far a drive is Philadelphia?
At best case scenario, 4:45.
So it's the same, if not more, up to University of Maine.
But direct flight. You flew in the wrong direction to get there.
Right. Right.
Which Adam 12 still can't wrap his head around.
That was when Adam 12 had a good point going. He was making me feel bad,
Yeah.
and then he pulled out that you flew in the wrong direction, and then I went, okay, we're dealing with a real rube. Everything you say from this point on, it's like when the Twitter accounts that were like always on us for like years and years, like just forever, about anything you say about the Patriots, and then when it came out that the Patriots plane sucked and that they still had ashtrays on them, one of the accounts was like, planes still have ashtrays on them. And you're like, okay, well, everything you say now is meaningless because you haven't been on an airplane since ashtrays, which makes you housebound, which makes your opinion worthless to me. That you felt compelled to weigh in on something that you know so little about.
He's not housebound. He's groundbound, but not housebound.
That's to not have been on a plane since ashtrays were on planes. You have a severe neurosis.
Well, he's
that
not
is
sitting home on Sundays watching Mass for shut-ins. He's
but no, he's watching this Dr. Brule. He's not up. He's up before then. By the way, the Toucher and Hardy email segment is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hit in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
Well, Sarah from Everett still says it's an under 4-hour drive, and I will always take her word over yours. And she emailed today, Fred, to say that she liked hearing you talk about your introduction to punk rock. And then she tells her story. It was the band 5150. The show was deep in the desert of Las Vegas before Vegas was built up. It was also my Judy Blume moment. I was on the back of a motorcycle with a 22-year-old man. I was 14 and got my first period and saw my first punk rock show.
Huh. That's very explanatory.
Well, that's a mid-'80s. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
A horrifying tale.
Hutch says that you joke about going to Storyland. They actually have adult nostalgia nights a few times throughout the summer. They do a 21 and over night with just about all the rides open. I know you guys aren't drinking, but riding a roller coaster made for a 6-year-old after a few is pretty fun. They have 2 dates left this summer, August 22nd and October 10th.
Hey, we're going to be off that week, August 22nd.
Yeah, I don't have nostalgia for Storyland because I didn't grow up going to it. And I think that that's what's necessary to think of that as anything but creepy. I mean, Storyland is at best boring, at worst nightmare hellscape. Because it's all when you don't have to pay for it, it's free like the characters, like, you know, you can't go and like make Disneyland.
Oh, fair use.
Fair use.
Yeah.
It's all fair use stuff. It's all like stuff from nursery rhymes because they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, they should just call it the story. It's public domain land.
Yeah, it's public domain. Yeah,
well
so
done.
it's public domain. So you go in there and it's like Little Miss Muffet. Like no one owns Little Miss Muffet. So it's just free. It's like non-intellectual property. That's all it is. I see the game. You can't copyright the Tuffet, you know?
Yes.
Or the Curds and Whey.
Sure.
Dice does a show there, you know, and uses the rides as props. They actually they make them X-rated for the above 21 audience as well. Jack and Jill went up the hill, and you can actually see them go up the hill, and then you can see Jack coming down with a bucket of quarter, and Jill coming down with 250.
250, yeah.
Yeah, you can see that in real time. All right, we'll be back in just a moment to take this ship to shore. Boom. Did we all just take acid? That's unbelievable.
Toucher and Hart. What keep talking about?
Like you, Fred, I'm not worried.
The Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Oh, yeah. We are Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, what have we not gotten to today?
Well, John has been talking about it, but the NBA Christmas Day schedule, which I don't care for the NFL, inserting themselves into the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Black Friday game. Those I don't appreciate. But the NBA on Christmas Day, I don't mind.
5 games.
5 games, a bit much. Spurs at Knicks.
NBA Finals rematch.
Ironically, the one I care the least about. Followed by the Heat at the Celtics. I know what they're trying to do there. I also don't care. 76ers at Lakers, as good as that is, 76ers at Boston would be fantastic.
Either or. Have them on opening night or this one. I mean, it would seem to me Jason Tatum against Jaylen Brown, it would get some eyeballs on it. Yeah.
But Sixers at Lakers,
I get it.
Well, LeBron is the...
I get it.
I know, but what are the Lakers going to be next year?
All the league cares about is what
good.
LeBron's doing. They're really all in on a guy who's 42 years old. That's like, maybe Wemby, but he's too tall. So I think they're not ready. It's almost like there will never be a president from Generation X. There will never be a superstar from the Tatum Brown era of basketball. Like they're just willing to skip over that whole generation. They're like Curry and LeBron. These guys, will hang our hats on them until the ride ends, and then we'll just skip to like guys in their early 20s. Anyone who's like 30 is just gonna get passed over. It's just like Generation X. Anyone born between 65 and 85, no one's ever going to be president. Or is it 65 and 80? No one's ever going to be president because it's a generation of people that were too nihilistic. No one's going to want to do it. No one's going to want that responsibility. It's almost the generation is too cool to be president.
It's
kaboom. When I heard that, I ran with it. That's one thing I remember. When I heard that whole thing, I was like, yeah.
I don't know if too cool matters as much as like, you know what? I'm going to maintain that slacker persona. I'm going to take care of all of my own stuff, and I'm fine. I don't need any help with any of this. But I'm also it's the ambition. It's that whole thing. It's like, well, what do you want to be president for? Do you get the most money that way? No. Do you get the...
Well, it depends on how you use your presidency, Hardy.
Well, yeah, but you get that money. You can't have any fun spending it.
Money can come rolling in if you do it the right way.
Well, that's inarguable. That's not even... I mean, but it's the generation...
That has been like the knock against the presidency going back for, centuries now. It's like, oh, the best and the brightest don't want to be president. The best and the brightest are going to go and make their mark in, the private sector, because that's where you wield the real power and the real influence, and you don't have a billion eyeballs watching you. You can take care of your own stuff, and you make your mark that way.
It's like too sardonic. Like you get on a debate.
What is sardonic?
I looked it up to make sure I was right.
What does it mean?
It's a biting, sarcastic.
Oh,
yeah.
I've said. See that's one of those words in the 4 vocabularies. Not in any of mine. I don't know what it means when I read it, and I never say it, and I would never write it.
You kind of know what it means. You know what it means, but it's like in a debate, someone's like, and then I lowered taxes in Texas by 20%. Oh, did you? Congratulations, dummy. Like you get that. It's not going to be a very good debate.
Finally, the one-of-one Cooper Flag rookie debut patch autograph card has been found.
It almost makes you think that they're putting them in CAT scan machines and figuring out what's in the box before they open the hobby boxes, which is what my son claims that they're doing.
Well, there's a photograph of it online from the Topps Twitter account. Someone wearing gloves, holding the card, And yes, it has indeed been found.
Because they'll announce that these cards are in hobby boxes and then they'll get found right away. Like they announced this card like a week ago. You figure that they released, tens upon tens of thousands of hobby boxes, and all of a sudden they all get found. Like the one with the pitcher for the Pirates, Skeens.
Yeah.
That got found like pretty much right away. Like it doesn't even give Topps a chance to like hype it up. Like the Mavericks actually came back with something. You would never take it, but say the card was worth like $1.1 million, which is probably what the person who pulled it will get for it. Maybe a little bit more. But they offered like season tickets for 34 years.
I remember that was the Pittsburgh thing.
No, this is Dallas. The Pittsburgh thing was stupid.
Yeah, there's some teenage kid. Yeah,
yeah, and they were like, you can go like watch a game with his girlfriend, and you're like, oh wow, great. Like, why the hell do I want to do that? My father would, because Livy Dunn.
Big Kate Upton. Oh, is it Livy Dunn?
No,
Livy
no,
Dunn.
it was Kate Upton. There would be at least you got something to look at.
Upton is Verlander. That's right. Sorry.
But yeah, they were like, you can watch it with Livy Dunn, so I could be a creep. And like, hey, I wanted to meet you so much, I gave up $1 million to watch the Pirates with you, to be in your presence. Like, that's just weird. Why would you even add that?
A lot of pressure on her. We felt pressure playing golf with somebody who.
Yeah, like
friend's parents had bid on it for him.
Like, there's literally nothing she could do that would justify this expense.
No.
It's not humanly possible. Unless she gave me $1.5 million. It gave me more money than I gave up for the press. You understand?
I understand.
All right. That'll do it for us. Everyone have a great day. Bye.